It on over. All right, I think it's live. Welcome, Philo. Very interesting day today. We had a little bit of relief. Then it looked like we were about to crater again. We had a little bit of relief.
That's me.
Then it looked like we were about to crater, and then we kind of chilled out. There was headlines there with Macron. We were just listening to Macron and Trump, and now it's over. We're chilled out. I think it's a lot of nothing. We went over it, so we'll go over all of that. But at the end of the day, I think we got a little bit of relief. I don't know if it's going to end down Friday or down Monday. And then at the end of the day, it's all about Wednesday, NVIDIA. So, that being said, we have switched the streams over. We are now doing our Philo time. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let me send out this alert. Philo starting now. I'm going to go pee, and then we will begin. Does that sound like a good time?
I completely respect
a good time for good people? All right, man. Lock and loaded. Get ready. Get ready.
That's your right. It's my right. It's a citizen's right. But they should respect that the company is going to decide what's good for the clients, the company, et cetera, not an individual. And so they can get a job. I'm not being mean, they get a job elsewhere. I understand that. It may make total sense for them to do that. And I also respect the fact that other companies are going to try a different way to grow. And I think there are a lot, we do have 10% of jobs that are full-time at home. You know, we built these virtual call centers in Baltimore and Detroit. I'm not against work from home. I'm against where it doesn't work. And I gave all the reasons for that. And so, you know, there's a petition, but maybe I forgot how many people signed, 1,200 people. That's fine. You know, and they have the right to feel that way, but we're not going to change. We're going back to the office, and I'm sure when we do, there'll be some seats not available, and but for the most part, most of our people understand why we need to do it.
In that same town hall, you reportedly spoke about some of the DEI efforts and some of the spending choices, saying, quote, I saw how we were spending money on some stupid stuff. I'm paraphrasing there. And it really upset you. You're going to cancel them. I don't like wasted money and bureaucracy. Given that there's this whole debate over DEI right now, I'm curious what you found wasteful when you looked at it.
So we obviously have to modify your plans, but we look at our policies all the time. So if you know me a little bit, I look at that all the time saying, why are we doing that? And it could be in any subject. We've done the same in DI a little bit. So it's things like trainings that don't work, or too many of them, meetings that don't work. You know, people are hiring outside consultants for meetings and events. I don't like that.
Yo, GV.
You know, there are a whole bunch
Visionary
of
Howden.
a lot of small programs that just kind of
All righty. Chadadonia. Like that. Tell the people that Philo water is bad. Oh. Chadadonia. Are you kidding me? Bro, it's Philo time. I love it. I love it, man. And thank you for all of you, bro. For real, even the last month, bro, I know I have been a pain to some of you. I do hope it has led to good things, but, bro, thank you all. For real, man. Those of you locked and loaded, and just thank you for everything you've provided beyond your $5. I really want you to understand. I'm telling you, we only need everybody in here right now. Do you understand that? That's why I'm saying it's very exciting. I'm telling you, man, to have 1,000 people that you know are locked and loaded, bro. And I know some of you for years now. And that's why I'm like, bro, let's go, man. The harvest is plenty. The workers are few. I want all of y'all to get it, man. And let's go. That's why I'm saying I think there's a lot more harvest than there are people in here right now. So that's exciting. But do you guys remember what I told you over the weekend? What was your task for the weekend? So before I give you the Philo intro and all of that, I just want to start with this. Just real quick before I tell you how this Philo is going to work. What was the goal of the weekend? I had one simple goal for you, man. One simple goal. Screwtape. Yeah. Bro, joy. Enjoy it. I'm not saying this as cliche shit. I'm telling you, I'm not saying this as like, I'm not saying this to just say it. It's an answer, bro. It's a key. It's a secret. I'm telling you, bro. So I really hope, man, because I woke up every day this weekend, bro. No matter what it was, bro, I just found a way to just like, dude, it's a beautiful thing being alive. It's a beautiful thing, even in a sick, twisted world, bro. The fact that you're here and some of y'all, man, all of us, bro, we are here right now in this generation, in this environment. Are you kidding me? What is going to happen after that? You know what I'm saying? I could only imagine. So you're here for it, bro. And just above all else, just don't forget, that is a good answer. Find the enjoyment. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't enjoy my job. Bro, you don't hate it though either. And if you're telling me you hate your job, that's a lie. I mean, you hate it. Real hatred. Have you ever dealt with something you hate, like actually, and you had to do it? That's why I'm saying, don't use this info. Don't make it more complex than it needs to be. Don't try to get all, it's very simple, bro. Don't be doing the things that you hate. And at the same time, man, try to find that enjoyment. And I say this as an advantage for all of you, bro. Again, I want to see you guys happy above all else. And I know you're going to have better ideas. You're going to think clearly. You're not going to get pushed and pulled with the wind as much when you are like locked in. And part of that locking in, you need to do what you enjoy. You need to find this enjoyment of life so that you're always ready to play. You get what I'm saying? You're always in the game, bro. You're going to view life as a blessing rather than a burden, okay? And it's a process. Don't worry, man. I know if you don't feel me right now, it's okay. I've been there, bro. Life is like that. Just remember, it's always that cycle. It's always timing of it. Nothing is permanent. So do not be lulled into the undulation of thinking things will not change. So even if your current scenario makes it hard for enjoyment and you're like, Josh, you don't even see this shit right now, I will promise you this. Nothing will stay forever. Do not believe any lie, believing or telling you that there will not be a turn out of any situation. That doesn't exist. There's no such thing as being trapped into one setting, because most of the time you don't know while it's happening. Okay? So keep that in mind. But that being said, I got a little bit excited. I have another intro of today's Philo. But before I do that, it is Philo. You guys paid to be here. So it's very simple. If you don't like any of the, fundamental practical lessons, none of the Jesus stuff, whatever it may be, that's totally okay. I am expecting, though, that you do not distract us. So it's very simple. We could do multiple things at once. If you are here for stocks and you don't want to miss any news, you have the news wire. I can read multiple times. If you have been here for Philo, I can even call out news as it happens in real time, even while I'm reading a book. That's fine. I will do that. I will give you that commitment. I am here to also have some of the stock stuff, but I will be reading this book and I will be talking about other things. So you are expected, if all you care about is the stocks, you only post stocks. If you want to be involved in this other lesson, feel free to. Anything else will be removed. You are getting in the way of the workflow. That's what I need you guys to understand. Simple. Whether you agree with me or not, whether you like my ideas or not, I don't give a shit. Nobody really does. I promise you. It all comes down to workflow. We have a great community. We have great information. We have a great system. We're going to be talking about things. It's very simple. The things you say in the chat are either going to help accomplish work or they're not. And if you don't have that, we're going to remove it and keep chugging along. And that's the reality of it. That's what we got to do, baby. So I encourage you, focus on whatever you want to focus on. Don't get in the way of anything else. And let's have a good time, baby. And I truly hope that you learn and are exposed to something that will help you in the long run. So that being said, I'm going to tell you one part of today. It comes up. We're going to be reading C.S. Lewis, Screwtape letters. I really want to read you G.K. Chesterton, so maybe we should do it tomorrow, or maybe we finish Screwtape, but G.K. Chesterton, it's going to be like 20 pages at a time. So, and I really want you to get it, but we got to kind of like have a good day to read it on where not everything's happening. But C.S. Lewis, we're going to be on chapter 15 of Screwtape letters. But he brings up a concept today, And this is why, bro, it kind of relates to enjoyment. And I don't know who's listening right now, but I truly hope that this is for somebody out there right now. And not because I'm thinking about somebody, but just because even how this hit my mind, it like got me excited. And this is what I want. I really hope somebody out there could get excited. And I want you to get excited about the future right now. And it doesn't mean like, dude, we don't know what's going to happen. I promise you. Don't be mistaken. I'm not excited because I have the answer. I'm just excited because I get to experience it. I know, big difference. And I know we got armor and I know we got training and God knows where we'll be. And honestly, man, I think when we look back, we might look back 10 years from now and be like, wow, that was the moment where, the world really did change and it led us into a lot of things. But here's the thing I want you to get excited about. Are you ready? You guys have heard eternity a lot, right? If you believe in God, if you believe in almost any religion, the concept of eternity comes up a lot, right? Eternity, eternal. Spy getting a little bit of a red right now. Again, you have JP Morgan comments, nothing else. But yeah, you've heard about eternity. It's a long time, right? Amen. So you've heard about eternity and you've heard about the present, right? So here's the cool part. Eternity is always this like forward-looking thing, right? Isn't that, like, let me put it this way. Your long-term, we talk 10 years minimum, and we talk long-term, right? Always, I'm telling you down the line, talk to me in 2030. We're always talking about the future, right? But think about it. Even 5 years into it, we're still looking ahead, even though a lot of the journey has been completed. Isn't that kind of funny? So even though we've completed 5 years, we are still looking towards eternal, even though we've completed a lot of time. And then guess what gets even weirder? Your long term is all about the future, the 10 years from now. Even if you put in 5 years, you're already thinking 10 more years, right? But you still wake up to it, and it's moving right now in the present. So this is what he's going to talk about today. Yeah, there you look at you already quoting it, Darren. It blew my mind. For the present is the point at which time touches eternity. And I never really thought about it like that, but every single day in the present, it's a very unique opportunity where you are flirting with the future and the past, but at the same time, right now, this is the moment the future has collided with current. In a weird way, the now is where eternity, you get your only little glimpse of eternity. It's kind of mind-blowing. It's very beautiful. I mean, think about it. That's what I'm saying. Every time you look at your long term, right? You're like, you touch a little bit of that future and you see it in present. But then again, you're still looking out ahead. But then this is what I'm saying. I hope you could get excited, dude. Like, you don't realize, like, right now as you're listening to me, this is the only moment you're going to get. Because now it's going to fade into the past. But, dude, this is eternity. Meeting up with right now. That's why there's always a constant push and pull between living in the eternity, living in the world. Living in eternity, living in the world. That's what he's going to talk about today. And I think it's a really, really good mindset. And you'll realize, and above all else, that's why I'm saying I hope you get excited because, bro, every day you wake up, you're going to enter into a piece of eternity that you are waiting for. And this is where you are actually, every moment you have this weird, unique opportunity to be in the present and flirting with eternity while at the same time looking ahead for more. And every day, every week, every month, you go back and forth between, do I live in the future? Do I live in the past? Do I live right now? Finding that balance is going to be key, my friends. So I wanted to share that part with you. And now the second part, here's another thing he talks about. Because remember, C.S. Lewis, Screwtape Letters, this is I always tell you this, it is written from the point of view of a demon. A demon is trying to train another demon on how to clap humans. And the enemy is God in this scenario. But he talks about something. And he says the demon's goal, they either want you tortured about fear and tortured about something in the future that you're so scared and you just get tortured by some uneasiness in your mind. That would be a preferred situation for a demon. Do you know that? So if a demon could get you worried about the future every day, every month, you're in a great spot to be controlled by that. Why? Because the demon just gets to torment you. You don't achieve your goals. You don't tap into your potential. You feel depressed. Or just all the negative things you could think about. It makes sense. You're trapped in fear. Do you know what the other side of that is? So a demon would want you trapped in fear. They like that state of mind for humans. Easier to control. But what's the other one they like too? So they like torturing you with fear and uneasiness about the future. But what's another mental state, I guess you could call it? Oh, close. Flippant freedom. You're close. It's not an answer, though. We talked about do nothing. Again, that fear leads it. Not doing things you hate. We've already discussed that. Haha, thank you, Juraj. Your ego. They either want you so tortured by fear, it gives you that anxiety, worried about the future, even as the present touches, as eternity touches, right? They still want you worried about it. And then the other side is literally stupid confidence. So the demon either wants you tortured by fear or he wants you to be stupidly confident. Both mindsets can be used to the advantage of somebody trying to get you away from your goal. Very simple. Stupid confidence. That's why it's funny, bro. In a weird way, I feel very confident. And you guys see me, I'm talking, but in an odd way, I may sound confident. This is the least confident I have been in years. You know that, right? That's why I was like, God is good, bro. That's why I keep telling you, bro, look where the exits are. But be in the game. Head on a swivel. I don't know what's going to happen. I keep telling you this. You know why? Oh, yeah, I don't have confidence like that. What do you mean? I am prepared to be disappointed. I'm ready to be disappointed. I know I will react on objective truth. I will not trade the truth in for an opinion. That's foolish. I know what's right. I know what's wrong. I know where things could happen. But at the end of the day, I am also planning for everything to fail. I am not fearful about the future, but I am not stupidly confident in it either. Otherwise, I wouldn't diversify. Amen, bro. Amen. So, these are two things he talks about, but I wanted to highlight it as your intro. Very simple, bro. Every day, in the present, that is eternity touching. Bro, you have such an opportunity right now. Get excited. For real, bro. Your whole life, all these things you dreamed about, you wished for, it's not even over, dude. Who knows where you're going to be in 10, 20 years? But do you get what I'm saying, bro? You're waking up now. All the things, it's happening slow, but all the things in the future, all the things you've thought, dude, it's colliding. And the opportunity of collision is called the present. What are you going to do with it? Oh, and the other part, my brother, have no fear and have no stupid confidence. If you could find a way to experience it all and live in the middle, we going to be good, baby. I hope you hear me. I hope you hear me, bro. Because that's all it is. All it is. So, that being said, chapter 15. This is Screwtape letters. Again, point of view of a demon. Chapter 15. My dear Wormwood, I had noticed, of course, that the humans were having a lull in their European war, what they naively call the war. And I'm not surprised that there is a corresponding lull in the patient's anxieties. Do we want to encourage this or keep him worried? Tortured fear and stupid confidence are both desirable states of mind. Our choice between them raises important questions. The humans live in time, but our enemy destines them to eternity. He therefore, I believe, wants them to attend chiefly to two things: to eternity itself and to the point of time which they call the present. For the present is the point at which time touches eternity. Of the present moment, and of it only, humans have an experience analogous to the experience which our enemy has a reality of a whole. It is alone freedom and actuality are offered them. He would therefore have them continually concerned either with eternity, which means being concerned with him, or with the present, either meditating on their eternal union with him or separation from him, himself, or obeying the present voice of conscience, bearing the present costs, receiving the present grace, giving thanks to the present pleasure. Damn. I think that one's simple. So you should be doing something. Quite simply, you should either be focusing, ideally, if you can have a balance between present and eternity, where you could understand and live in time and place your goals in eternity, my goodness, brother, you're great. But he's saying, as designed, ideally, you should either be focused primarily on eternity or primarily on the present. I hope that makes sense. So every day you're like, so instead of being fearful, you should either be thinking about going to heaven and all of this stuff of eternity, or you should be so focused on the present that even in the present, though, are you listening to your conscience? Oh, man. Even in the present, are you like, man, God is with me right now? Are you taking that time? Like, think about it. I think it makes a lot of sense. That's why the demon is aware. You're either focusing on eternity or you're using your present to connect with eternity. Their goal is to keep you out of all of that. Does that make sense? Why? Instead, have you worried about the future? Instead, have you worried about the past? You're nowhere near eternity. You're not even taking advantage of right now, let alone thinking about any future glory. Our business is to get them away from the eternal and from the present. With this in view, we sometimes tempt a human, say a widow or a scholar, to live in the past. But this is of a limited view, for they have some real knowledge of the past, and it has a determinate nature and to that extent resembles eternity. It's far better to make them live in the future. Biological necessity makes all of their passions point in that direction already. So that thought about the future inflames hope and fear. Also, it is unknown to them. So that in the making, they think about it, we think of the unrealities. In a word, the future of all things, the thing least like the eternity, it is the most completely temporal part of time. For the past is frozen and no longer flows, and the present is all lit up with eternal rays. Hence, the encouragement we have given to all schemes of thought such as creative evolution, scientific humanism, or communism, which fix men's affections on the future, on the very core of temporality. Hence, nearly all the vices are rooted in the future. Gratitude looks like the past and love to the present. Fear, avarice, lust, ambition look ahead. Do not think lust an exception. When the present pleasure arrives, the sin which alone interests us is already over. The pleasure is just part of the process which we regret and we exclude if we could do so without losing the sin. It is the part contributed by the enemy and therefore experienced in the present. The sin, which our contribution looked forward. To be sure, the enemy wants men to think of the future too. Just so much as necessary. For now, planning the acts of justice or charity, which will be their duty tomorrow. The duty of planning tomorrow's work is today's duty, though it's materially borrowed from the future. The duty, like all duties, is the present. This is not straw splitting. He does not want men to give their future their hearts, to place their treasure in it. We do. His ideal is a man who has worked all day for the good of posterity, if that's his vocation, washes his mind of the subject wholly, commits the issue to heaven, and returns at once to the patience or gratitude demanded by the moment passing over him. But we want a man hag-ridden by the future, haunted by visions of an imminent heaven or hell upon earth, ready to break the enemy's commands in the present, if by doing so we make him think he can attain the one or avert the other, dependent for his faith on the success or failure of schemes whose end will not live to see. We want a whole race perpetually in pursuit of the rainbow's end, never honest, nor kind, nor happy now, but always using as mere fuel the wherewith to heap the altar of the future every real gift which is offered to them in the present. So do you get it? I'm going to keep reading. I'm going through this fast for a reason. Everything is in the present right now. Be very careful of trading in the right thing and the right feeling for right now for the future. Come on. How many problems in your life have happened because you desired a good thing, but you said, I'll do that good thing in the future? Oh, I'll start eating better. But again, you said, I'll start eating better once I do this. I'll start saving once this. I'll start doing, again, think about it. Bro, how many of you said you'll be honest in the future? How many of you said you'll be kind in the future? I'll be nice to them once I have this. How many people said I'll be happy once I get this? I'll do push-ups when I get a gym membership. Again, I want you to, don't forget this. That's why the present, all of the fear is based in the future. Don't tell me there's a good thing in the future if you could grab it today. Do you guys understand? That's why I am knocking teeth in. It's ridiculous. That's why. Don't tell me I will get the long term in the future. You could do it now if you're gambling. Why are you here right now if you can't do it right now? It's very simple. That's why I'm not going to let any of y'all do that. You're either going to hate me or you're going to be like, okay, he's so annoying. I can't wait till the future. There is no, I'll wait to be happy. I'll wait to do this. I'll wait. We are betting on the future. We are excited about the future. But nothing we have shared with you says save 10% once you pay off your credit card. No, it says save 10%, pay yourself first. Oh, exactly. I'll quit smoking. Dude, keep smoking. I don't give a fuck. But the moment you're saying I could do this today, you do it today. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I've never asked any of you to be unreal. Bro, do what you want to do. I've not ever tried to convert any of y'all. Do whatever you want to do. But if you can do it today, my brother, there you go. That's it. That's on you. That's why I said it earlier today, and it's sad. You're either going to listen to me and you're going to be like, wow, I applied this shit. Yo, this shit works. I feel. Putin holds a meeting on rare earth metals, TASS. That's Russian media. Bro, you're either going to apply this stuff and be like, wow, I could do that today. And I did it today. Or I'm going to train you for 5 years on how to ignore the best advice possible. And your heart will become hardened. Why? Because you sat here for years, got good advice on things you could have done right then, right there. But no, you've chosen to defer it. That, my friend, is the trap of a demon. I'm not saying you're demon-possessed. Calm down. I'm just saying that is how the demons lull us into a life of nothing. That is how they get you. Before you know it, 5 years is gone, and we did nothing. 5 years, and we're still worried about the future, even though we've already lived through a lot of that future. That's the trickiness of the present. Every day, that little bit of future comes into play. All in the future. So, bro, get excited. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you want to do. But the moment you're like, that's a good thing. I want that. Do it today. You see what I'm saying? There's no more. I mean, it's done, you guys. That's it. You know, at church where they're like, come, give your life to the Lord. Altar call. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing. But it's different. Do it all I'm saying, the moment in your mind, you decide this is a good thing and I want this. And you really, really want it. You have to want it. If y'all don't have real desire, fuck out of here. I can't even help you. You have to really want it. And then the moment you're like, wow, that's what I want. That's a good thing. That's healthy. It's for me, my family, all of it. It's all good. Good, virtuous. It doesn't hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? I know some of you are going to come up with wild ideas. Very simple. The moment that is in your mind, I want it, I could do it. You do it that day. That's it. That's the altar call. That's you make your decision. There's no more, I'll wait. Oh, that's a good thing. I'll wait until this. No, you do it. You, even if it's the littlest step, I don't care. You become a person that actually lives in the present, in the future, and cares about it rather than getting lulled into the trap. That's it. Amen, amen. Otherwise, you got to make your decision, my friends. It follows then, in general, and any other things being equal, that it's better for your patient to be filled with anxiety or hope, it doesn't matter which, about the war than for him to be living in the present. But the phrase living in the present is ambiguous. It may describe a process which is really just as much concerned with the future as anxiety itself. Your man may be untroubled about the future, not because he's concerned with the present, but because he has persuaded himself that the future is going to be agreeable. As long as this is the real course of his tranquility will do us good, because it's only piling up more disappointment, and therefore more impatience for him when his false hopes are dashed. If, on the other hand, he is aware that horrors may be in store for him and is praying for the virtues wherewith to meet them, and meanwhile concerned with the present because there is and there alone all duty, grace, and knowledge, and all pleasures dwell, his state is very undesirable and should be attacked at once. Here again, our philosophical arm does good work. The word complacency on him. But of course, it's more likely that he's living in the present than none of these reasons, but simply because his health is good and enjoying the work. The phenomena would be then merely natural. All the same, I should break it up if I were you. No natural phenomena is really in our favor. And anyway, why should the creature be happy? Your affectionate Uncle Screwtape. So that last part is very crucial. You know why? And I hope this reveals something to you. He said, if your patient has no anxiety about the future because he thinks everything's going to be good, he's still in the trap. I don't know how much more I could say this, Chad. And the weakest of you will not get this. I'll find out in the future. Be prepared to be disappointed. Otherwise, you're falling for the trap still. Live in the present. Do what you can do now. But make no mistake, don't have that ego telling you, oh, yeah, the future's going to be easy, bro. You got it. Look how good you did. You bought Baba. You're fine. Oh, no, you saved 10%. You're fine. You're not, bro. You're not. I promise you, you're not. You should be, even if things are going good right now, you should be praying to God to prepare you for the problem you don't know what's going to happen. You should be praying for God to keep you level and prepare you for the stuff you don't know what's going to happen. You should be using this opportunity instead of taking a victory lap. You need to get ready for disappointment. Oh, yes. Live in the present. Don't let the living in the future clap you, but don't make the mistake of thinking your future is so good that you get trapped into that little bubble. No. You need to prepare right now. Otherwise, you don't really think again. Right now is the present. Don't be a fool and tell me, oh yeah, the future is so agreeable, I could chill. No. Right now is where the joy is. Right now is where the opportunity is, right? So go tap into eternal. Say, God, I know right now I'm so grateful and I am thankful and I feel it, but prepare me. I see that I'm weaker in this and I could get better. That's where you focus on right now. Even if the future looks good, you will be ready for disappointment. Woo! Oh, I hope y'all feel me, baby. So now, are you ready for the kicker? Are you ready for the kicker of today's Philo? Did any of that sound familiar? It did. Why? What did it sound like? If that sounded familiar, tell me why. I love it. I love it. So do you know why this sounds familiar? And this is this is what I'm telling you. Chad, believe me, I think we provide a lot of great stuff here. You know that? I have evidence. I know I could help a lot of people. And it's so awesome. But like I have been telling you, all of this shit is nonsense if you do not apply yourself. And I'm telling you, if you think I'm a religious leader, you're a fool. I need God more than anybody. I am in no place to lead. But you know what that means? That means I know very well, bro. I have to pray. I got to seek it myself. I got to look it up. And all of you need that same burden for you. You need to get it, bro. You need to, because I'm telling you, if I expose you to all of this shit, we have a weird way where we could cover so much stuff, and it's so deep and powerful. But if you don't do anything with it, bro, it is going to fuck you up and harden your heart. You know that? So why am I telling you that? Because this Philo sounds so familiar because I read you the exact same chapter 2 weeks ago. Chad, this is what I'm saying, man. Not one of you told me that. Do you get it? You get it, bro? Bro, I read the same exact chapter to you. Verbatim, word for word. You don't remember when I kept screaming and I was like, be prepared to be disappointed. Yeah, that's this. I read it again. Some of you, it read like it was brand new. So why did I do that? Because I want you guys to all read this on your own. Do you see what I'm saying, bro? Like right now, whether good or bad, I need you to connect eternity and present on your own. I need you tonight, bro, like for real, bro, like really pray. And like pray in the sense like, bro, God, like prepare me for the things I don't know right now. Be grateful, be ready. Say, I know it, but be really prepared for disappointment. But do you get it? Because if I read you this and I read it to you again and you didn't even know, my brother, I need you in your core, in your heart. I need you to understand this whole prepare for disappointment shit. Okay? No fluff. This ain't BS. No nothing. Hear me out, bro. I need you to get it. But I need you in your own heart to really understand it. It can't be this nod in agreement and then disappointment comes and you're not ready. I don't want that to happen because it will. You can hear all my words all day. And then if it happens and you didn't actually prepare in reality, who gives a fuck? You're going to get more pissed. It's not going to help you. You see what I'm saying? So when I tell you prepare for disappointment, I need you to get that on your own. Because I say it just sounds like some stupid Disney quote. I need you to truthfully in your heart come to terms with it, be ready for it, be prepared, and even seek out the solution. Where I'm saying right now, if you're like, how do I prepare to be disappointed? You start preparing now on the things so you don't slip. You say, hey, I'm not good at this. Let me prepare for it right now. God, I don't know what's going to happen. Give me some. Lean into God then. Whatever it may be. But do you get what I'm saying? Because if you are just taking my words as a philosophy, as an opinion, an ideology, and you're not truly living it in your heart, it's going to fuck you more than it's going to help you. But if you can really come to terms with this and be like, wow, all of the vices are in the future. Oh, wow, I could do everything in the present. And there is a weird opportunity, but I am also truthfully in my own heart going to be prepared for any disappointment. My brother, you will be able to handle anything. And it's not going to be just my words. It's going to be your own preparation getting you there. Wow. So, amen. But that's what I want, and I wasn't trying to fuck with y'all, but I think that was very eye-opening. We just heard this exact thing verbatim. I don't want it on a book. I don't want it on a Philo. I want it in your heart, bro. Oh, I hope y'all feel me, bro. And that's it. That is going to be the harvest plenty or not. You know that, right? There's the difference between the people who know the words, they know the plan, this and that, versus where it's in your heart, man. So, Chattadonia, it's game time, baby. Be excited about the present. Use the present. The future's going to be great, but don't be complacent in that. And don't let that not prepare you for disappointment. Just because the future's great doesn't mean that there's weaknesses you can't work on now in the present. Woo! So, Chattadonia, I hope you feel me. I hope you take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Oh, excuse me, you're on mobile. Press hot chat. Exit the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Woo! All right, what song? I like Taco. Taco's a banger, bro. Alright. Loud time. Check me. Yeah. Dollar for the tacos, $1 for the chicken. Used to think life rough then, but now I'm reminiscing. Dream is feeling distant. Supposed to have her, shoulda had her, but now I have her. So frustrating, so irate. So I'm just saying, why the fuck we so patient? If this was 68, we would've had a riot. Now you speaking for the people and they tell you be quiet. I ain't buying it. Little guy defend the MNC, anoint him at the DNC. Why your social movement always benefit the S&P? The first place to look for enemies. It's not your fucking family, nor your core beliefs. I hope you see the war beneath. Forget about the future, they say only grab what's in your reach. They ain't smiling at you, it's a battle and they showing deep. Taught you how to criticize so wisdom stay beneath your feet. Man, I'm feeling overlooked. They ain't even hungry, but they telling us that we cook. Hard to read the room if you can't even read a book. Yeah, hard to fake a smile when they sewn our mouths shut. Fuck, we won't even hear this. You won't even feel this. Jealousy override empathy and realness. A corporation steal this, repackage it and reel it. Evil so fearless, they're so shameless, saying I'm blameless. The generation filming in the moment won't say shit. Why we call it brain dead when it felt like our soul dead? Or maybe we just sold it. Oh shit, man. Oh man, we're back. We're back. Yeah, even the chat. You guys are good. You hit the likes. We did our Philo. We came back. Nothing happened, so you didn't really miss much. Again, I mean, today, I think I just chalk it up to not dying because that was a little bit sketchy in the morning. And then now we just see where we close, if it's going to lead to a down Friday, down Monday or not. So we will find out. What is this? The market is working its way through the first 33 days of Trump now. So, yeah, it's been kind of interesting, but technically no tariffs have been enacted, or only a few. It's actually kind of funny. Welcome. Pfizer's on the high. Well, a lot of things came back. They were up and down earlier, and then they came back up. Yeah, Pfizer is in the green by 1%. Yeah, tomorrow might be a little more interesting, but you're right. The pre-NVIDIA, I think it'll be easier just because then it'll be there. Philo. Well, the Philo, we're already over with it, so technically you have to go back in time to watch it, or you could watch the old ones. But even then, we're back now. We got through it. Nobody had to be forced. Nothing was forced upon anybody. They all wanted to be there. Woohoo! I think NVIDIA, this is a big earnings. I mean, this is the first one since DeepSeek, and this is the first earnings of them all year. And then this is like the final high-profile earnings to the ones we got 3 weeks ago maybe? Remember, we just had Amazon, Apple, all that. So we will find out. I did see Berkshire. They did good, man. They did good. Got a lot of... Buffett's been killing it. And then all the rotation stuff. I mean, again, the last week, go look at the equal weight, man. A lot of things really, really, really ramped up. It wasn't tech, though. So I thought that's why I'm like, people are freaking out and people are worried. But I'm like, dude, it's not like money left. Money just went to a lot of the bottom feeders. Whirlpool got clapped ever since their earnings was bad. So they were doing really good. They were part of the value. And then right when the earnings got rid of the recovery, it kind of reminds me of 3M. So remember, 3M, right when 3M had their recovery, I think it was right here. They had one of the recoveries, then they did bad, and then it had to catch up. But you need good earnings. This was right when they had good earnings, and then they were able to keep up the earnings momentum on the recovery. That's it. So Whirlpool is kind of a recovery story, and it was about to go crazy, but then that bad earnings that kind of unwound some of the other earnings that got people excited. Now you're not you need another earnings now. So I think Whirlpool will hold up, or maybe there'll be good news, or it could still fade if there's a bad external. But generally, you just wait till you need the earnings, and then I think it'll either underperform or outperform. So that one's good. We're still up on it on the long term, believe it or not, though. So I would wait a little bit. And there's other opportunities. A lot of stuff are cheaper. Callie, haven't talked on the Waste Pro management and cleanup. I'm just not familiar with it. I looked into that as a material stock driver. You might be able to flip those plays off of it, but I wouldn't be making a long term off of that idea. your 30% of your long term to expand your small business. Is that okay? It is. I was going to ban you in the first half of that comment, but then I read that it was for a small business. So how is your small business doing? If your company is making money and it's like a real good productive investment, I would definitely put your long term towards it. You know, like think about it. If your long term pays a dividend yield, has a return, like if your business has like a 20-30% profit margin and you could invest that money in the long term and really grow out your business and make more money, then yeah, like why not? So I like that. I like putting it towards private businesses or there. But if your business is not started or it's failing, I would reconsider that. And I would make sure, like, so if you're just starting a business, I wouldn't, until I started getting clients up, I wouldn't try to do anything outlandish, if that makes sense. So don't sell something winning for something that hasn't made you money. And then also too, just make sure it's productive. You know, if you're like, oh, it's for my business, I'm gonna buy a car because you just wanted a car, then no, I don't think so. So yeah, that's the good way. ASO Academy. Damn, I think it's at 51. I mean, long term is easy. You just connect your business account. I mean, I would consult with a tax professional because if you have like business and personal funds, you don't want to commingle, and that can make things difficult. But yeah, over 25, it's a pool service. Yeah, bro, easy. Then if you're making good money, you got a good business, you could expand out, hire workers, get it more on autopilot, do something to improve the margin, get even a better tax write-off if you're going to do it towards equipment. So you could even use that money, buy equipment, and if it gives you the right tax write-off too, you could now make a productive investment, grow your business, and save on taxes. So yeah, that's a appropriate use of long-term strategic selling in the long term. I could get behind that. Hims and NVO. I mean, NVO is more similar to Eli Lilly. Again, Hims is just they sell the cheaper alternatives, and that's why they went down when there was a supply shortage, or they resolved that because they got the benefit off of it. But other than that, I mean, I just see Hims as like hair loss and dick pills, but I don't really view it as a competitor to NVO because they sell the product, but it's not the producer. So my NVO play is way different logic in that sense. Like, again, I believe that Ozempic, that platform, that patent, and what it is, that's the money. Just like Avivine, you get a blockbuster drug. I don't care who ends up reselling it, but I just care about who makes it and owns it. Isn't that Hims? Yeah, they make their money. Like I think Hims is a piece of shit, but I told you when I said that, right when I think it's a piece of shit, it might go up. So, but I just don't think it's really the most sustainable model. I just think they convinced a bunch of young people to buy minoxidil and dick pills, and then that's what happened. So I don't think that's going to last. Like I would double down on DraftKings before Hims, if that makes any sense. Because I think the gambling is better than that, because eventually half of the people on the dick pills and hair loss, they're either going to realize they could get it cheaper, or they're going to be like, I don't want to do this every day. And then they'll give up. They have good marketing, but yeah, everything else I haven't really been too much of a fan. Do they have a net income? Let's see. Yeah, I haven't bought DraftKings in years. The only thing good is that trend of gambling. It's done really, really good. you had a company that could prescribe GLPs. I feel, but that's kind of the scary part because again, if they don't last in that trend and then they're buying all that, but that's exactly my point. That's why I bought NVO instead. You know, NVO, if people are willing to change their damn business models to get in on this, then yeah, I want the main drug at the lowest price possible. So we did good on NVO. It went like $1 lower than when we bought it, but yeah, I think that could be our diamond. I hope it goes lower and we could buy it for pennies on the dollar, but I do like the GLP. Again, Eli Lilly, NVO, I think they're going to be winners when we see. Isn't it like nicotine? Oh, the minoxidil? No. It's like you have to keep using it or you'll lose the results, but like there's no like addictive pull. You're not like, fuck, I need my oil on my head. Oh, I'm groggy. Like that doesn't happen. You'll just lose the progress. So like when I would use minoxidil, my hair would grow. Like you put it on your head, like you'll actually notice it takes a couple of months, but like your hair will actually start growing. But then like I'm telling you, I shit you not, you forget it for like a couple of days, even a week, you're done. That's it. And then if you don't put it on every day, all of the hair just starts to fade again. And then you're left off either where you started or worse. No, it doesn't peel. No, some people have bad reactions, but minoxidil has been around for a long time. So like they all work very well, but once you stop using it, that's it. It doesn't hurt. Some people get headaches and shit, but like, I mean, I never had a problem with minoxidil. It was annoying. Like I didn't like having a greasy head, and then that's it. Just once you stop using it, it's just gone. You get a headache if you don't put it on now. You might have another addiction that you're confusing it with, because that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen for most people. Russia, Putin on Ukraine, rare earth. It's none of our business. He said they're having a meeting, and then spies coming down. You're actually at VWAP. And yeah, I got Putin, rare earth comment. What time is it? 12:40? 11:40. Got a little bit of time. You use Hims, it doesn't leave anything greasy on your hair. I just think you're coping because you use it, but I have no problem with it. That's what I'm saying. I think like I said, the company is shit, but it did good, and I did address that when I even made the comment. But yeah, if you guys use it, that's your life. I don't care. Like I said, I mean, at one point I cared about my hair, but I don't know. That's it. I've decided, you guys. I've like decided. I said I don't ever want the hair transplant anymore. I had a talk. Bro, my mom was arguing with me about it. Are you ready? My mom wants me to get the hair transplant. You know that? My girlfriend doesn't care. And I told my mom, though, I finally came to this conclusion. I feel like I feel like I would never get cosmetic surgery. I came down to that's why I was like, I would rather look like a weird 80s millionaire or a lizard. But at the end of the day, I don't think I could put it to myself to like cut open or like do, and like, why would I get cosmetic surgery? It just doesn't vibe with me. I don't know. I want to shave my head, but that's it. I'm just my girl likes this. She says this looks better than shaved head. So it's her choice, not mine now. No, my mom is a big fan of it. My mom wants me to get it. I was telling my mom, I was like, no, Mom, I'm not going to get cosmetic surgery. And I was like, why don't I just wear makeup then? And then she's like, I was like, yeah, exactly. So maybe if I'm going to get my hair done, I'll start doing makeup too. That's how I'll do it. But I don't really care about that. I've worked too hard now. I've given up on all of that. Maybe I smell good though. I always smell good. That's a good one. Oh, they're so ignorant. Now I'm gonna do full plastic surgery. How are you? My name is Josh. I also did plastic surgery on my voice. I'm fighting it. That's what I did, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I fought it for years, and then you capitulate. You just got to decide. No shame to you if you want. You either say I'm getting the transplant, you shave and go bald, or you are totally okay with a receding hairline. That's it. Those are your only options. That's why I suggest you come to the conclusion and what you are happiest with at the end of the day. And that's it. We've had this discussion many times on stream. This is big for chat. We have a good target demographic. He is live again. What is this? This is like a different Q&A.
His oldest ally, our cherished partnership.
Micro macaroni.
For freedom.
Ooh, I'm hungry now.
I'm
gonna go get a protein.
We're now working on some very interesting developments. One in particular, as you know, the war between Russia and Ukraine. In the American Revolution, French support helped us to seize our destiny as an independent nation. In the First and Second World Wars, our citizens shed blood together on the battlefields of Europe. And I'll never forget joining President Macron 6 years ago on the 75th anniversary of D-Day. That was some day. The purpose of our meeting today is to end another battle, a really horrible one, a war, something that we haven't seen since the Second World War, that is ravaging European soil, the deadliest and most destructive conflict that one can imagine. I've seen the pictures, I've seen the satellite photos and lots of other photos, and it's a horrible thing that's happening. Thousands of people are dying a week. This very day is the third anniversary.
The macaroni
of
comment, yeah, bro.
Ukraine, which would
I straight up got a
never
protein
have
because of
happened
that
by this
comment.
president. That was
So
not
be
going to
careful.
happen.
That's why I tell you post your
The horrors
plays.
of this
Don't get
gruesome
influenced.
and bloody war
I just
can
got
scarcely
influenced.
be
Like I said,
overestimated.
macro
Hundreds of
macaroni.
thousands of people,
And I went and grabbed a
Russians
protein.
and Ukrainians in
I felt
particular,
it.
have needlessly died. An entire generation of Ukrainians and Russian men has been decimated. 1,000-year-old cities have been
30K, you never bought
turned into
a. That doesn't. The interest rate is high, but still, as long as the property's a good value, that's beautiful. You see, now you know what you could shop for. You'll know the payment, and they'll give you it. So that's perfect. Just make sure you don't overpay for a house. So if you're in Ohio, I don't know if we linked you with someone, but if I see anything, I'll send it your way. But you got to look too. Don't wait on me.
Occurred in the past 3 years.
I see that Walgreens is going up. Again, 7% now. Walgreens breaking out. I don't think there's a headline. Yeah, we got a couple people in Jersey.
Moving it, I think, pretty quickly. Last week,
I got a real estate agent in Jersey who, like, he smokes one of those giant, like, dildo vapes. And then he makes weird comments in the chat. He's chill, though, if that's what you're into. Or I got, like, a professional one. Yeah. I got one, straight edge, anything you need.
The king and Mohammed, great people.
I'm not even, like, I'm being dead serious, too. That's the sad part.
Achieving a ceasefire as soon as possible and ultimately a permanent peace.
Oh, I said, yeah, I got agents in there in Jersey. I made a joke. I got aggressive ones. I got chill ones. I probably can find you one that has weed. You let me know, but just make sure you get pre-approved and just don't buy an expensive house. You know, get it at a good deal.
The most important issues, chief among them, is this is the right
Trump's
time.
position is not in Russian interest. It's in Ukraine's. Bro, Walgreens.
Very interesting.
All right, that's it. I don't have a headline on it.
And that could evolve
It's just
into
squeezing
a
right now.
third World War. We're not going to let that happen. Should have never started,
Trump, great
but it did.
conversation.
And,
I see options, but they're already
horrible,
jacked up.
bloody
Be
mess.
careful.
I'm also
Literally,
pleased that
every
President
daily is already up a
Macron
couple
agrees that
hundred.
The cost and burden of securing the peace must be borne by the nations of Europe, not alone by the United States.
I'm going to check if there's
Europe
anything.
must take that central role in assuring long-term
Again, this is live, you guys.
of Ukraine.
So all of these headlines are hitting right now.
And that's not a very big
So
step.
pay attention.
The big step is what's going to happen over the next few weeks. The United States has put up far more aid for Ukraine than
My
any
email is
other nation.
tradingfraternity@gmail.com.
Hundreds of billions of dollars. We've spent more than 300 billion, and Europe has spent about 100 billion. That's a big difference, and at some point we should equalize. But hopefully we won't have to worry about that. We have other things happening that maybe take that out of the realm of necessity. And while we've
It's
given
take
vast
private
amounts of
comments.
military
Yo,
aid
10
and
minutes
in the
ago.
form of grants, much of Europe's contribution has been
Yeah. They're saying Walgreens moving higher on take private rumor from Sycamore per ex post Octus credit. So noting banks are structuring a $10 billion pack for Sycamore, multiple tranches. CNBC noted this February 18th, and then that was it. Let me see the value. So yeah, there's just a report in credit land, people talking about money moving.
We must have an agreement with Ukraine on
Yeah, but it's already at 10 billion though. It's weird. I don't know the full details, but like technically $10, $11 is the market cap though. So I don't know. Be careful on those plays. Like I said, they already ran up.
A great deal of progress toward getting that. I've been elected by the American people.
Yeah, you just get a check if it goes private. Your shares disappear and you get the money. There might be more to it. It might be 10 billion and then they chop up some of the equity, so there might be some value, but that's going to be your risk in finding one of these plays. Stop the killing. Spy below VWAP or at VWAP now. Bonds coming up too.
Break with the foreign policy failures of the past administration and frankly the past. I ran against a very foolish foreign policy establishment, and their recklessness has led to the death of many, many people. Under our administration, we're forging a new path that promotes peace around the world. And when I left office for the first administration, first term, we had no wars, we had no problems. We didn't have October 7th with Israel. We didn't have Russia and Ukraine going at it. We didn't have the problems in other parts of the Middle East. We didn't have inflation. It was a whole different world.
Spy coming down.
Millions of people pouring through our borders, many of them criminals released from other nations and put right into our land, murderers and drug dealers, gangs. We didn't have any of that. It's a different time, but now we have it and we're fixing it. We'll fix it all up. We'll get it done as quickly as possible. And we've made a great deal of progress. People are saying it was the best month for a president in our country's history. I hope that's right, but I feel it's right. We've done a lot of things in a very short period of time, 4 weeks. As I've said before, it's my hope that my greatest legacy, however, will be as a peacemaker and a unifier. I want to bring peace, not war. I thank President Macron for joining us today in this urgent work we're doing. And we have some wonderful people up front right here that have worked so hard. Steve Witkoff, thank you very much. Michael Waltz, thank you. Scott, thank you very much. And JD, thank you. They've really done a job. They worked very hard. It's a real passion to get this war ended. And I'd like to now we invite Emmanuel to say a few words, and then we'll take questions. And again, Emmanuel, it's a great honor to have you with us at the White House. Thank you very much, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, dear Donald.
Okay, I made a play. It's
Messieurs,
related to Walgreens, but it's not Walgreens.
A few words in French.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président,
Thank
cher
you
Donald,
very
pour
much,
votre
Mr. President,
hospitalité et
dear
cette
Donald, for
visite.
your hospitality and for
Vous
this
l'avez rappelé,
visit. As
nous
you
avons eu
mentioned,
l'occasion ces dernières années,
we
lors
have had the opportunity to
de nos
meet
premiers mandats,
over
de
the past
pouvoir
few years. Since
échanger
your
à plusieurs
first
reprises
term,
à
we've been
Paris,
able to discuss
ici, à
matters
la
in
Maison
Paris
Blanche,
and
et à
also
travers le
here
monde, ça a
at the
toujours
White
été,
House.
Not
It's
CVS.
je dois
always
dire que
been
j'ai en effet ici des souvenirs
a great
encore
joy
It's
to do
related
that.
to the Walgreens news,
Commend you.
but it's not Walgreens.
And thank you, Mr. President, for extending this friendship to France and taking part in the ceremony at Notre Dame that you mentioned before.
They
It
love
was a
the
great
Notre
honor
Dame
for the
thing.
French
He's like,
people
thanks
to
for coming.
reopen the cathedral to the rest of the world,
cette
and your
amitié qui vient de loin, le
presence
président l'a
was a
rappelé,
testament
qui
to
est aux
that
origines,
friendship.
au fond de
As the President
la
said, this
Stand
up, do a
friendship
push-up. I might
dates
do a
back
plank
to the
right now.
Revolutionary
À chaque fois
War
que
since
l'histoire
the
a sonné,
beginning of the United States.
nous a ramenés
And
ensemble du bon
whenever
côté de celle-ci.
we've needed to,
C'est-à-dire
we've been able
comme
to come together and be on the
étant
right
unis
side.
pour
We've
défendre
been able
la
to
paix, la
be
souveraineté.
united to defend
Et je pense
peace and
évidemment
sovereignty.
aux deux guerres mondiales
Pfizer still going?
Namely, in the
qui
two
ont scandé le
world
XXe
wars
siècle.
that marked the 20th
Au Lafayette,
century.
nous voilà de Pershing jusqu'au
Pfizer,
vétéran
the
américain.
COVID shit was talked about this morning.
Sur la plage
So
d'Omaha
sadly,
Beach,
that's the
j'étais
only
très
thing I could
Many
think of, man.
Americans who landed on Omaha
tout à l'heure,
Beach,
lorsque vous m'avez laissé
and
quelques minutes entre deux de nos rendez-vous,
we spoke
l'un d'entre eux qui est
earlier
venu me visiter,
before,
je
and
veux
you
ici dire
mentioned
le
that
grand
one
respect que nous avons
I'm not gonna lie, French sounds
the
beautiful.
gentleman was able to visit you
You
here
know, it
as
sounds good.
veterans.
Et
Ouzi
c'est
boulou,
celle qui
ouzi
nous lie
boulou.
dans le contexte
This
du monde qui est le
is
nôtre. Et le président l'a rappelé,
part of history, which
monde dans lequel nous
puts us
vivons ne
in the
manque pas de
world
défis.
that we are in
Alors,
today.
le-
And as the president just said,
cette visite
there are many
nous avons décidé ces
challenges in
derniers
this
jours
world. And over the past
Yeah,
few
bonds are
days,
coming back up
avec
again,
évidemment
and the
des
market's
défis
coming back
économiques, la
down.
situation
So
have
get ready,
one
because anything lower than here, I mean,
political
we
situation.
only got an hour, but you could be right back to the low and then spies back to red.
wish to thank you
d'aménager votre agenda pour que nous
for
puissions nous voir
making
si
changes
vite.
to your schedule
Et
to
je
meet with
considère
us
que
so
nous avons
quickly.
véritablement eu des
I
avancées
think we've
substantielles.
made very
lors de nos échanges.
substantive steps
c'est pour moi une
forward
étape très
during our
importante
discussions,
de ce que
and
nous
this is
vivons.
a major step
Nous avons
in
ensemble
what we're
partagé une
experiencing today.
visioconférence avec
We had a
l'ensemble des
video
dirigeants du
conference
G7
with all
qui
of
nous a
the
permis,
G7 leaders, which
3 ans
was an
après le début de la
opportunity for
guerre
us to
d'agression,
discuss
la deuxième phase de la
this
guerre
matter
d'agression russe
3
en
days
Ukraine,
after the
de dire évidemment
Russian war in
notre soutien au
Ukraine,
président
and to
Zelensky,
express our support
au peuple
for
ukrainien, mais
President
aussi
Zelensky, to
partager
the
notre
Ukrainian
volonté
people, but also to
d'avoir une paix
speak and
durable.
share
Je crois que
about
c'est ce
our
que vous avez ces
desire
dernières années,
for a lasting
ces dernières semaines,
peace.
pardon, rappelé avec
This is what
beaucoup
we
de
have
force.
spoken about
Depuis le 22
very
février 2022,
forcibly
on
over
nous
the
annonçait
past
une opération
few weeks.
spéciale qui allait durer quelques
We
semaines.
thought
Chacun
that
admire la bravoure du peuple
this
ukrainien.
war was
qui a
only going to
résisté.
last a few weeks
Et
when it
vous avez
broke out
raison
in
de le dire, Monsieur le
2022.
Président,
We
nous avons
admire
aidé.
greatly
Et je
the
crois que nous avons eu
courage
raison
of the
d'aider, c'était
Ukrainian
notre
people.
responsabilité.
And Mr. President,
ici
I wish to
dire que
thank you
l'Europe
for this.
n'a pas ménagé
You
ni
mentioned
minoré ses responsabilités. Nous
that
avons
there
en
are
effet
responsibilities on
investi
Europe's side,
138
and
milliards
indeed,
de dollars dans l'aide
we have invested
à l'Ukraine et aux
128
Ukrainiens.
billion in
Et je dis bien
aid to
investi,
Ukraine and the
parce qu'au fond, l'Ukraine
Ukrainians.
a tenu ce front avancé de notre sécurité
Ukraine has been
collective.
able to hold the
Elle s'est
front
battue
of our
durant ces
collective
années, elle continue
security.
de se
It's
battre pour
fought
son indépendance
over
et sa
these past few
souveraineté.
years
Mais
for
aussi-
Berkshire's because of
independence
the
and for
weekend.
sovereignty, but also for
Bro, they
our
had the
collective
Berkshire
security.
annual
Because I
meeting.
think that
So
no
it's pretty
one
much their
in this
earnings.
room wants to live in
Very
a
good.
world
Et où les
where
frontières
it's the
internationalement
law
reconnues
of
peuvent être
the
du jour au lendemain.
strongest
I know,
and
today is
international
3 years, or was it
borders to be
yesterday?
violated from
It's a
one day to
3-year
the next
anniversary
by
of
any
Ukraine.
Que ces
Kinda
dernières
crazy.
heures, et vous l'avez
Over the
d'ailleurs
past
dit
few
tout à l'heure,
hours, and
plusieurs
as
choses se
you
sont
mentioned this,
cristallisées.
Mr.
Nous avons
President,
pu avancer
we've
sur
been
plusieurs
able to
points.
see a
D'abord,
few
je veux
things
saluer votre
take
décision
shape.
de voir
First of all, allow me to commend you
le
on
président
your
Zelensky
decision
Wow.
et de finaliser en effet cet accord qui est
work
Commend
important
with
pour les
Trump.
President
États-Unis
Zelensky
d'Amérique
and
et
to
pour
conclude this
l'Ukraine
agreement that's
sur
so important
les
for the
minerais
U.S.
critiques, les
and
terres
Ukraine
rares.
on
Mais d'avoir
rare
cet
earths,
échange de
critical
substances
minerals, but
avec le
also
président Zelensky
having
dans cette phase est
substantive
très important et de pouvoir finaliser cet
conversations
accord
with President
qui aussi
Zelensky during this
acte
key
votre engagement
phase
pour une Ukraine
of
souveraine.
Okay, Spy getting
achieving
reds
this
again.
which
Un point
is a
très
major
important et
commitment
souhaitable.
to
Ensuite,
Ukraine's sovereignty, and I think that's very
votre volonté de
commendable.
bâtir la paix
EG,
We
is
also have
Bitcoin going down too?
Shared
And
desire
Pfizer's
to
going up.
build
en responsabilité plus de 10 ans après le début de la guerre et
We will have
l'agression en
this
Crimée.
responsibility.
Et 3 ans jour pour jour
This
après
is 10 years after the
l'agression
war
russe
started
dans
in
le Donbass,
Crimea,
je
and
le rappelle
then
aussi dans le nord du
we
pays à
saw the
l'époque,
events in Donbass,
La
in the
paix est une
Donbass
nécessité
region,
pour sauver des
and
vies.
along the northern
Pour
part of
aussi
the
faire
country.
revenir des
We
prisonniers
want to
chez eux,
save lives.
faire
We
revenir
want
des
to
familles et
bring
des enfants, car je
prisoners
n'oublie pas ce
back
drame
and
humanitaire
bring back
qui
families and
touche
children, because
aussi
there's
le peuple
also a
ukrainien.
humanitarian tragedy
Et
affecting
nous en avons
the
longuement
Ukrainian
discuté
people.
avec
We had
le
lengthy
président et
discussions
notre souhait
with
qu'il
the
puisse y
president.
Yeah,
avoir
and you guys,
And
bro,
we spoke about our
if you
desire
like try to like guess my like name and birthday and think and put it in an email, I block all your emails, you guys. So no, man, just leave me alone. It's cool, man. You guys can do it, but I'm just letting you know I block every email and I don't like, yeah. I've been a lot different lately, bro. So you feel free to, but I'm just telling you my react. I don't read the emails. Once I see red flags, once I know it's gonna turn like the other email, like once I read the first sentence and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be that type of rant, I just block it. I can't do it anymore, man. So forgive me, but yeah, I'm not interacting with that shit. So, and then all the other emails, I'm gonna get back. I got yours, Tyler. I got Samuel. Send me the address.
travaillé ces derniers jours
So much talking.
pour bâtir cette unité et pour venir vous voir, que tous partagent
Any
la même
cologne? I
vision.
have one. I have a really good one.
Cette paix ne peut pas
But I don't want to tell you
s'effectuer
because
avec
everyone's going to smell like me and then it'll lose its efficacy.
Cette paix doit prévoir
So I don't know how you want to do
les
this.
conditions d'une souveraineté ukrainienne, permettre à l'Ukraine de négocier avec les parties prenantes toutes les questions qui la touchent et pour laquelle elle est seule légitime à négocier. Et c'est une paix dans laquelle nous devons prendre nos responsabilités pour maintenir dans la durée sécurité et stabilité pour l'Ukraine et pour toute la région. Et pour nous, Européens, c'est une question existentielle. Nous avons longuement discuté cela avec le président. J'ai pu
Kevin,
nous avions
I got
travaillé
it.
avec le
Yeah, I'm
président
gonna read it to
dans
everybody.
le détail justement
Sorry, I just call.
des négociations. Et nous avons pu aussi évoquer tout le travail qui a été fait avec nos partenaires britanniques pour concevoir justement ce que pourraient être des déploiements de forces de paix sur le sol ukrainien qui constitueraient une part de ces garanties de sécurité à laquelle d'autres pays d'ailleurs sont prêts à se joindre et pour laquelle évidemment la solidarité et le soutien américain sont indispensables. Et je vous remercie, Monsieur le Président, d'avoir commencé le travail avec nous sur ce point. Et je crois pouvoir dire que l'accord que vous apprêtez à signer avec l'Ukraine et la discussion très claire que nous avons eue à cet égard, pour moi, sont des garanties solides, que nous nous sommes compris et que notre volonté est la même. La paix le plus vite possible, une paix solide et durable pour tout le monde et la reprise en quelque sorte d'une vie internationale qui permette...
Why did he sounded so much more different when he like in Trump, he's like, we want peace. He's with Ukraine, he's like, fight. This doesn't sound like the Macron comments from fucking 5 days ago.
De l'engagement européen. Nous sommes engagés pour bâtir une paix durable. Nous sommes engagés
Cigna, healthcare still going up.
comme partie prenante justement de ces garanties de sécurité. Et plus largement, nous sommes engagés, conscients que nous sommes, que les Européens doivent encore faire davantage pour la sécurité de l'Europe, sa défense, et en quelque sorte un partage plus juste du fardeau sécuritaire que votre pays porte depuis plusieurs années. Et au fond, pas simplement, Monsieur le Président, vous savez l'amitié que je vous porte parce que vous le demandez, vous le demandiez déjà avec force à votre premier mandat, mais parce que je crois que tout le monde maintenant en Europe est lucide sur le fait que c'est notre devoir pour nous-mêmes, en tant qu'Européens, compte tenu du risque qui nous entoure et de la responsabilité qui est la nôtre. Et donc le président Costa ce matin a rappelé cet agenda de Versailles de mars 2022 qui a déjà conduit les Européens à augmenter de manière historique leurs investissements. Les Européens sont prêts à faire davantage pour cette sécurité, beaucoup plus et beaucoup plus fort.
I'm gonna go pee.
Et plusieurs m'ont redit cela avant de venir vous voir. Monsieur le Président, cher Donald, vous l'avez compris, cette paix par la force à laquelle vous croyez, c'est celle à laquelle nous sommes engagés par notre conviction et parce que, en ce jour, je pense au peuple ukrainien, à ses sacrifices et à ce que nous lui devons. Nous avons également, avec Monsieur le Président, évoqué le sujet économique et au fond notre volonté de voir plus de prospérité aux États-Unis et en Europe. Nous avons eu des discussions, elles seront poursuivies par nos ministres, nos équipes, pour clarifier les sujets qui doivent l'être. Mais au fond, notre volonté, c'est qu'il y ait une concurrence juste et au fond, pas de biais dans la concurrence de nos industries pour pouvoir échanger. Mais je vais ici dire combien les économies américaines et européennes sont liées. Ce sont les économies les plus imbriquées au monde. Ce sont 1 500 milliards de dollars d'échanges de produits, de services physiques et digitaux chaque année. Et je sais votre attachement à rétablir la balance des paiements. Oserais-je dire qu'en tant que président de France, j'ai la même, puisque nous avons aussi un déficit commercial. J'essaie aussi de faire valoir qu'il fallait regarder pas simplement les biens et produits, mais les produits numériques pour lesquels vous êtes un très grand exportateur. Et au fond, la solution, c'est de nous réengager sincèrement vers une concurrence justement qui soit équitable. Et la volonté d'avoir des échanges plus fluides.
That's good. Watch if we could get Meta and all the other ones up.
Nous sommes le 5e investisseur, nous, France, pas simplement l'Europe, dans votre pays. Et je souhaite qu'on fasse davantage de part et d'autre. Et je veux saluer d'ailleurs tous les investisseurs américains qui
recognize here all of the American investors who announced
120 milliards de dollars d'investissement ont été annoncés en intelligence artificielle pour notre pays. Au-delà du lien transatlantique, c'est notre volonté d'avoir en effet plus de prospérité. Je suis convaincu qu'il y a au fond un agenda positif derrière tout ça. Enfin, nous avons ensemble évoqué plusieurs sujets sur le Proche et Moyen-Orient. Et je crois pouvoir dire que nous partageons la même volonté de ne jamais voir l'Iran obtenir l'arme nucléaire, notre volonté de revenir à, au fond, une approche avec les partenaires de la région en qui nous avons confiance, qui permettent eh bien justement de cantonner les activités nucléaires iraniennes, de pouvoir limiter ces capacités balistiques et de réduire ces déstabilisations régionales. Et sur la Syrie et l'Irak, nous partageons la même volonté aussi de ne pas voir les groupes terroristes islamistes reprendre de la force, retrouver de l'activité, parce que depuis des années, nos armées sont avec courage engagées dans ces pays, dans l'opération Iran Trizov, dont vous avez le commandement et à laquelle nous contribuons. C'est une mission forte et importante qui a contribué à la stabilité de la région. Et je le dis avec ici beaucoup de sincérité, de force et d'engagement, puisque la France a été touchée par un attentat terroriste en 2015 qui avait été préparé. Et donc nous ne céderons rien dans cette région à vos côtés pour plus de sécurité. Voilà, mesdames et messieurs, en tout cas nos échanges.
Trump's like, wow, this guy. Somebody who could talk more than me. He talks the way he talks. He had an extra croissant this morning. Look at him go. Look at him. Wow. Wow.
Après ces échanges avec le président Trump, je suis convaincu qu'il y a un chemin. Nous avons partagé nos convictions, nos exigences. Nous savons tout le travail qui reste à faire. Et donc dans les prochaines semaines,
That's amazing. The way he talks. Even with his hands. Say what you want. The French, he could talk. He talks good.
Une réalité de court terme. En tout cas, Monsieur le Président, permettez-moi de vous remercier pour votre accueil.
Honestly, though, I can't wait. I haven't been in public in a while, but next time I am in public, I'm going to try to copy Donald Trump. Like, when people talk, I'm going to just, like, put both hands on the fucking desk. I'm going to just, like, lean over and look at him and just dead-eye him, and then I'm going to blink like a Furby.
Poll that came out that had, thank you very much, the Harvard poll that came out had you up 9+ points, and all of your agenda that you ran on, you're accomplishing that. You got the support of the American people, including stopping the war in Ukraine. If you can comment on the latest Harvard poll, I appreciate that.
Well, I was honored by it. It was a big poll, and it's usually a poll that leans on the other side of things, the other side of the world, so to speak.
I'm doing hip stretches.
But the Harvard poll is a respected poll, and it has us not only leading, but leading by a lot, and leading on every single issue that we've talked about. And as I said, we've become the party of common sense, and I think that's a very important element now, common sense, because what's happening in the world and even in this country, some of the things that took place, many of them are now canceled, and the rest are being canceled as we speak. But we've moved very rapidly and I think very effectively. So I was honored by that poll. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Go ahead, please, go ahead.
Please.
Mr. President, you said before that you would like to see Russia.
Yes. Go ahead.
With you meeting in Saudi Arabia with President Putin, will that happen regardless of any
You have a beautiful voice, but I don't understand shit.
Meeting in Saudi Arabia
Can you
was
speak
a
up?
fantastic one.
Speak louder.
With the Crown Prince.
What is he saying?
It was,
Can you translate? What the fuck does that
young guy.
mean?
He's young, but with great
Sounds great.
imagination
I don't know what she's
and
saying.
tremendously respected all over the world. And he goes right to the king, and the king is incredible. Gotten to be friends with both of them very much. And they want to see this ended, and they're going all out to make sure that it is ended. I think Russia, likewise, I've spoken to President Putin, and my people are dealing with him constantly, and his people in particular. And they want to do something. I mean, that's what I do. I do deals. My whole life is deals. That's all I know is deals. And I know when somebody wants to make it and when somebody doesn't. I will say this, before I came here, there was no communication with Russia whatsoever, and Russia wasn't answering calls. They were not talking to anybody. They wouldn't talk to anybody, and people sort of accepted that as being that they want to go forward and just keep going without stop. But when I got here, one of the first calls I made was to President Putin, and we were treated with great respect, and they want to end this war. So that's a big thing, because I didn't know if I could say that, but it's a big thing. They want to do it, and the group in the front row.
I just hit the wire. We're dealing with Putin's people constantly.
We're working.
So this is all live,
deals right
fresh.
Now,
I mean, fresh.
Right now, and in particular, the big one is to get the war stopped, whether it's ceasefire or direct to an agreement. I'd like to go directly to an agreement, but ceasefire will always happen a little bit quicker. And every day you're saving thousands, or at least hundreds, but thousands in some cases lives. So we want to see if we can get that done very quickly.
Very quickly.
Yes, for the president, please.
Go ahead, speak it in French, Frenchanese. How do you do it?
Correspondent based in Paris. Question for
That's
both
nice.
of you, actually.
Nice place.
Mr. Macron, you were one of the last Western leaders to speak.
How come
to
she
Putin
speaks
before
English?
Ukraine's invasion.
The other ones, la de
recommendation
oui
would
oui,
you
la de
make
oui oui
to,
croissant.
President Trump,
She speaks
to make
nice.
sure that this time you can get strong enough guarantees, from Putin to get a peace deal that lasts this time. And Mr. President Trump, what makes you think you can trust Putin in those negotiations? Thank you.
Look, I will never give any advice to.
And then he answers in English.
Trump.
Fuck you, Macron.
Friendly and trustful discussion, but my experience
this whole time
with President Putin is the following. Number one, I always think it's good to have discussion with other leaders, and especially when you disagree. I stopped my discussion with President Putin after Bucha and the war crimes because I considered that, we had nothing to get from him in the time. Now there is a chance, there is a
yeah,
big
bro,
chance
Macron sounds
there is a
way
new
different than
administration.
fucking
So
5
this
days
is a new
ago.
context. So there
I
is
wonder
a good
what they
reason
offered
for
him.
President Trump to re-engage.
Because Homeboy was fucking gassing
But my
up Zelensky
experience
last
following.
week to not do the deal.
And I shared it with President Trump. And
Now
the
he's
team.
like, we might be able to get
In
something this
2014,
time.
our predecessors
Back in the day,
negotiated
we had nothing, but now we do.
with President
So we
Putin.
talk.
But because of the lack of guarantees, and especially security guarantees, President Putin violated this peace. And I had
How do
several
Egyptians
discussions,
talk?
especially
A lot
at the beginning of
louder. A
2022,
lot louder.
Several times,
Scary.
7 hours with President Putin.
I think half of y'all would, maybe
15
30% of
days
y'all would be terrified if you had an. That's why you don't see too many
launching of
Egyptians on the TV.
attack. It
Even
denied
me, they have to
everything.
hide my face.
But we didn't have security guarantees. So this is why being strong and having deterrence capacities is the only way to be sure it will be respected.
He said deterrence
And I
capacities,
insisted
not
on
data
that, and
center
this is why
capabilities.
I believe
Just in case
that
for an AI bull.
the US has the capacity to do so. And this is why I think we should never say, I will never send any boots on the ground because you give a blank check to violate any type of commitment. So I think it's good to have discussion. I think it's useful to have negotiation. I think it's...
Well, the headline is this is just different than 5 days ago.
But
So
my
now it looks
strong
like you
point
got
is to
Macron
say,
on the
let's try
side
to
of
get
ending the
something
war,
first which
and
is-
he did not help last
can be
week.
assessed.
Last week, he was
Check
literally
and
gassing
verify.
up Zelensky to not do the
And
deal,
let's be
and then
sure
Zelensky
we
didn't
build
do the deal,
sufficient
and then
guarantees on
Zelensky got
short
6
term.
bill,
And this is
and then
where
now Macron's
we are
doing
ready to be
this,
engaged.
but he seems
As
way
friends,
more
a
favorable.
lot of
And
my
it doesn't
European
help
colleagues
that a
are ready to
right,
be
you know,
engaged.
literally Germany just lost a big election, and it was a conservative party, so I'm sure he's probably like, okay, let us end the war right now. Why not? Why not? Why not? Don't vote me out.
I have the feelings that the
But
president...
yeah, 5 days ago, Homeboy was not. They were getting mad at Trump. They were saying, don't say this, don't say that.
Russia to make a deal, and I feel that we'll do that.
A
It is what
baguette.
it is. Again, it's a war that should have never been started. It's a war that would not have been started if I were president, but it did start, and it's at a terrible level where cities are burned down and shot down to the ground. It looks like demolition sites, a whole big pile of demolition sites, and we got to get it stopped. Too many people, too much agony. The whole culture is destroyed when you rip down some of those ancient, really ancient or near ancient buildings. It's so sad to see, But I think it's very much to the benefit of this tremendous distrust on both sides. That's why it's good that I'm coming in now. But I think it's to the very much benefit of Russia to make a deal and to go on with leading Russia in a very positive way. That's what you have to do. But I really believe that he wants to make a deal. Maybe wrong, but I believe he wants to make a deal. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Go ahead. That one. Right there.
There's a key deadline for your Canada and Mexico tariffs. Do you expect those will go back on? Or do you believe those countries have done enough
translator
on the border to stop those from taking effect?
Oh, watch out. He's saying
President
something.
Macron, I'm wondering if you believe that this critical minerals deal with Ukraine represents a de facto security guarantee by the United States, since the U.S. would have an interest in protecting those reserves in Ukraine. Thank you.
We're on time with the tariffs, and it seems like that's moving along very rapidly.
Rapidly.
We've been mistreated
Hold on.
very badly by many countries, not just Canada and Mexico. We've been taken advantage of. We were led by, in some cases, fools, because anybody that would sign...
He didn't say anything bad, but this is a big topic.
Where they were able to take advantage of the American people, like has happened over the last long period of time, except for a little 4-year period that took place 4 years ago. But anybody that would agree to allow this to happen to our country should be ashamed of themselves. No, the tariffs are going forward on time, on schedule. This is an abuse that took place.
That's why the market doesn't like it. So again, that means Canada and Mexico, the biggest tariffs.
That did this. I
but that's April or again March.
You know, who can blame them if they
but it doesn't. Nothing's new. He's not saying anything crazy yet. Yeah, we're on time, moving along rapidly.
Every aspect that you could imagine, they took advantage of.
Might be a dud.
Some of these agreements.
Just be on the lookout. Pfizer breaking out too. Oh, okay. And then what just happened? Yeah. So pay it again. Algo started. It's a live interview right now, and it's a big topic. But so far, he hasn't hinted more negative or less negative. Market's getting jumpy. What the hell's happening?
Every aspect that you could imagine, they took advantage of. I look at some of these agreements. I'd read them.
Yeah, it just keeps cutting out in the same spot. So I guess we won't know. That hit the wire, though. The headline on the wire, we are on time with tariffs and moving along rapidly. So
and I'd say the numbers were staggering. You could like 70% to 2%. Everybody wants to find out. They don't like it. And, you know, the radical left or whoever it may be starts screaming about the Constitution, but it has nothing to do with the Constitution. Maybe starts screaming about the Constitution, but it has nothing to do with the Constitution. It has to do with fairness to this country. It has to do with being ripped off. And when you read the things that all of these billions, and I mean many billions, hundreds of billions of dollars have been spent on, that's all you have to do is stand up here and read them. I could stand up all day and read the kind of things where we're spending all of this money. The good news is that when you think of how rich a nation we can be when we get rid of this, you know, sometimes you'll buy a company and you'll see it was really well run. They accounted for every penny. Well, not much you can do there. You got yourself a bad deal. This one is the exact opposite. Tremendous fraud, tremendous waste. And when you think of what it is, you know, Elon uses an expression, caring. If we had people that cared, just cared a little bit, when they did contracts, when they negotiated with outside vendors on behalf of the United States. That's what I'm doing now. I'm negotiating for the people of the United States. So we're doing a great job of it. I will say we found it'll be hundreds of billions of dollars of waste and fraud and abuse. Thank you, please.
Look, I think this discussion is a very
Again, that question got the markets kind of jumpy. He brought up Mexico and Canada tariffs, still on literally rapid and on time, but no real info or not. If the market wants to freak out on it, but again, you only have like 40 minutes left.
There's a lot of economic upside on both sides. And third, de facto, there is a recognition of Ukrainian sovereignty, a recognition of the Ukrainian interests, and this is de facto a very important alignment of interests. Now the security guarantees will be negotiated in due time in a full-fledged package of a peace security. But this peace, as it is now written and negotiated, and as this meeting is scheduled, is an important step forward.
I don't know how Skittles factor into this. Okay, spy coming down a little.
Président Trump, Monsieur le Président Macron.
President Trump, President Macron.
First of all, you say, I would like to make a deal with Putin. So when you do a deal, it's a win-win deal. What are you giving to him, and what is he going to give you to America? And I was impressed by the way you referred to.
Yeah, tariffs on Canada and Mexico will go forward. That's hitting wire again. All we want is reciprocity. But that's positive. So I don't think if anything, it'll be natural movement. I don't think you're going to react to that headline.
As a president of the United States, are you going to contribute to the reconstruction of Ukraine? Et Monsieur le Président Macron, quelle est pour vous la principale avancée de votre entretien avec Donald Trump? Et pouvez-vous nous confirmer qu'il y a effectivement un accord pour envoyer des troupes européennes de maintien de la paix? Est-ce que la France va le faire?
Will France participate in that? How many troops? What would they be doing? Would this represent a great danger to send French and European troops to Ukraine?
Well, I guess it's a little strange question because you ask whether or not we're going to, on behalf of the United States, contribute.
Coming down. I mean, you're at the previous low right here again. We were just wicking in that.
I think that's a pretty big contribution. I do appreciate the first part of your question, however. Because
look at oil. Again, they're talking security guarantees. Yeah, I was going to say, if oil doesn't move during any of this is nonsense. But the fact oil's kind of responding. I mean, again, that's what they're talking about, the war, peace. Remember that Saudi stuff we were discussing? That little trade war thing's nonsense.
I was there and I saw the work, and I'm very good at.
But yeah, watch oil if that leads into anything. Even some of the defense names.
Beautiful job, and this man has to be given a lot of credit for that. It's an incredible cathedral. Most people thought it couldn't be saved, and if it was, it would have to be built in a different form, and we didn't want to see a different form. We want to see the same form that you built. So I just want to congratulate you. That was an amazing job. I don't think you've gotten enough credit.
You're talking to me. Thank you.
Someday you will. Someday you will.
Thank you, Donald. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. To go back to your question, today's discussion showed several areas of progress.
Une des choses importantes pour nous, ça fait partie de tout le travail qu'on a mené aussi avec le président Zelensky pour essayer de bâtir une proposition d'action qui soit acceptable pour l'Ukraine. Le fait que le président Trump a confirmé qu'il allait rencontrer rapidement le président Zelensky pour finaliser l'accord sur les minerais critiques et les terres rares, et pour avoir une discussion d'ensemble dans ce contexte. Ça, je pense que c'est un point très important. La deuxième chose, nous avons, dans le cadre de la discussion, nous sommes rentrés dans le détail la proposition d'action que nous venions faire, de comment la paix ou une trêve, des éléments concrets, mesurables pouvaient être organisés et comment ensuite on pouvait structurer la discussion. Et donc la France, plusieurs autres pays européens, l'Ukraine sont évidemment maintenant au travail pour pouvoir bâtir ce qui est cette paix durable avec des éléments très concrets dans lesquels il y aura justement les garanties de sécurité, les questions territoriales qui appartiennent totalement à l'Ukraine. La question de la reconstruction, la question du potentiel économique et des minerais rares. Donc là-dessus, discuter en détail de ces propositions d'action. Et troisième avancée qui est pour moi vraiment un des acquis de notre discussion d'aujourd'hui et qui marque un tournant, c'est la précision avec laquelle nous avons parlé des garanties de sécurité. Et je pense que le président a eu lui-même tout à l'heure et encore aujourd'hui, à l'instant
Okay, Qualcomm and chips. Keep that in mind. Qualcomm looks like it sold last hour.
We want peace,
mais pas un accord qui soit fragile. Et le fait qu'il y ait des Européens
Moody's places Coinbase on review for upgrade.
To provide for these security guarantees, and now there's a clear American message that the U.S.
GME's down.
is ready to provide that solidarity.
We're barely down. We only got 30 minutes if we close green or red. Down Friday, down Monday.
Great areas of progress that we've made during this trip and during this discussion. When it comes to troops, in the past,
en particulier il y a un an,
a year
à des
ago
fins qui étaient à mes
specifically,
yeux pleinement légitimes, évoquer la possibilité d'envoi de troupes dans un contexte de guerre. C'était pour recréer de l'incertitude stratégique. Là, quand on parle de troupes, on en parle le lendemain de la négociation
Today,
d'une
when we talk
discussion de
about
paix
troops,
durable.
we're talking about sending
Et donc,
them
une fois
in
qu'il
after
y a
we've negotiated
une
a
paix
lasting
solide,
peace.
durable,
And once we
négociée,
have that
signée par
solid,
l'Ukraine
lasting
et la
peace,
Russie,
that's part of an agreement signed by
dont nous serons
Ukraine, signed
collectivement les
by
garants.
Russia, and for which we will provide the
La France
guarantees.
a travaillé avec le Royaume-Uni ces dernières semaines
And
pour
recently,
dire non, on est
France's
prêt à
worked
contribuer.
with
Donc on a
the
eu un plan qui a été
UK
discuté
to
entre nos
provide
entités
its
militaires pour dire
contributions.
nous, on est
We've
prêts.
worked on plans. We've worked
Pas
with our
d'aller sur le front,
militaries,
pas aller
not to
sur
go
dans
to
des
the front
territoires
lines,
contestés ou occupés,
not to go
mais
into
à marquer
occupied
notre
territories,
soutien
but
pour nous assurer que la
as a
paix
show
telle que
of
négociée et signée par les deux
support to
parties
show that we have a negotiated
préservée.
peace signed by both sides,
Et donc,
and that is a
ce sont
peace
des
we will
déploiements, si
preserve.
je puis dire, totalement
So
pacifiques,
these
non
would
engagés
be
dans des combats,
peaceful
mais qui
deployments
sont,
of
si je puis
troops,
dire, des
not
déploiements
for
de force de
combat.
garantie.
Peaceful deployment of troops.
Deployments
Elles
of
sont,
an
par définition,
assurance
limitées, mais elles marquent une
force. They would be
solidarité.
limited, but they show
J'ai échangé, je vous l'ai
solidarity.
dit, avec tous nos alliés. Il y a
I've
plusieurs
also
pays
spoken with
européens et
Okay,
non
coming
européens
down a
qui sont
little
engagés.
bit, 30 minutes, literally on the
allies
dot.
willing to take
En
part in that
continuant à aider
effort.
l'armée ukrainienne à maintenir ses
Countries
capacités.
Crypto
have helped
crashing.
Ukraine
Dans la
maintain
It's the same price,
its
man. I
military
mean, I think Solana and the other
resilience
ones,
in terms of
Solana, you could just
numbers
blame the
that has
scammers.
equipment,
But everything,
whereas
Bitcoin, the
others
stock
have
market,
provided
D'autres aussi à
logistical
venir.
a lot of
support
movement,
on
but
the
you're in the
ground.
same price as the last 3 months.
The
Very,
question
very
is,
odd.
whether
Okay, SPY coming down a little bit, bond
the
still holding.
US
Again, you're
will
0.1%, 15 from going green on the SPY, but 30 more minutes
discussions
for
with
the
Russia,
final
we've
move.
Et
understood
donc
that
ça,
this
c'est
would be
une avancée
acceptable
très forte.
to
Et donc
Russia,
ça
and
veut
that's a
dire que
very
les
important
Européens
area of
prennent dans ce
progress,
contexte
and that means
leur
that in
part
this
du fardeau.
context,
Puisque
the Europeans will shoulder
s'engage, on avance,
their part of the
qu'on
burden,
garde ce qui est la
their
force de notre
share
alliance
of the
à travers
burden.
les décennies,
We
qui
have a
est
strong
notre
alliance that we've built
solidarité
over
et
the
du coup la
decades. We
capacité
have
de
our
dissuasion
solidarity,
que
and
nous
we
avons
have
ensemble.
deterrence
Et donc non, ça n'est
capacities.
pas dangereux parce qu'en fait, qu'est-ce que ça signifie?
What does it mean? Would it be dangerous?
Qu'il y a un accord qui va être signé par l'Ukraine et la
If
Russie,
there is an
qui a été
agreement
déclenché
signed
par le
by
président
Yeah,
Trump,
I don't know, is it
Russia,
weird?
thanks to
Maybe
the
that's why he
efforts of
sounds so
President
nice, because
Trump.
he keeps
Si
talking
elle
about
viole les
sending
guarantees
people,
and
de
Russia
facto
violates the
these
agreement.
peaceful soldiers, but
Then
that's hitting the
tous
wire
ceux qui
now
sont
too.
engagés dans un processus de paix.
In conflict with everyone who is
Et ça,
engaged
c'est un
in the
choix.
So he's
peace
like, I'm
process.
down
And that
for
is
peace, but then they
a
want to like
change.
send
That was
soldiers
something we did
to
not see in
Ukraine.
the past.
Et
That's
donc,
not what
c'est
we
ça,
saw
la
in
Like
2014.
American, US,
So
d'avoir quelque
that
chose
is
French,
the
everything.
real
La capacité de
change that we're
dissuasion
marking. We have this deterrence
américaine,
capacity
la
on the
capacité
American
d'engagement
side. We
des
have
Européens est quelque chose qu'on
the
va justement
capacity for
organiser ensemble.
engagement on the
Voilà.
European
Donc, c'est
side,
pas
and that's
dangereux,
something
mais
we're going
c'est
to continue
crédible.
working on together. It's not
Et ça
dangerous,
nous
but it's
semble
credible.
moins dangereux que des choses qui iraient beaucoup plus loin en
It's
termes
less
juridiques.
dangerous than things
Et
that
ça
could
nous semble
happen
que nous
in the
devons
long
faire pour
term.
garantir
And I
la
think this is
sécurité.
what we
Et
need to
je
do
veux
to
dire ici très
ensure
clairement,
security.
c'est
And
la
I say this
sécurité
very
aussi
Long term.
des Européens
We're
dont il
also
s'agit.
talking about
Et moi, c'est ce que je
security
dis depuis
for
des semaines.
Europeans. I've been
Si
saying
on ne
this for
garantit
weeks
pas la
now.
sécurité
If
de
we do
cette part du
not
territoire
guarantee the
de l'Europe,
security of this territory
comment
within Europe,
garantir
then
notre
how
propre
can we
sécurité
guarantee
à
our
tous?
own security for one
Nous,
and
nous
all?
vivons à 1500 km
We
de l'Ukraine,
live
de France.
just
Et c'est encore
1,500
plus près quand on est
kilometers
évidemment
from
polonais ou allemand.
Ukraine.
Donc c'est notre
And
engagement pour la
The
sécurité
Germans and
collective.
Polish are
Et en
even
quelque sorte, c'est
closer.
répondre aussi
So
à
our
l'appel qui nous est
collective
fait. Vous
security
devez
is
prendre,
important.
vous devez,
We
vous, autres
need to
Européens,
answer
être davantage
this
engagés.
call
Mais
for
nous, Américains,
Europeans
nous
to be
restons
more
en solidarité.
engaged, and
On le fait en Ukraine, mais on
Americans
doit le
will
faire
be
aussi pour
there
notre sécurité
still
collective.
in
Mais la
solidarity.
clarification qu'on
Europeans
a eu
are
aujourd'hui
working
pour moi
for
est un
their
tournant.
collective security, but I really think this was a turning point today in our discussions.
You sound different. I think that's what they
Thank
said.
you very much. Great job. And,
Bro, I bet you Trump was like, listen, we'll put troops in Ukraine if you start getting Zelensky to back out. Dude, this sounds so different than 5 days ago. And then that is, I don't know. I mean, it sounds, yeah, look, he said, oh, he gave him dog. Yeah, bro, that was the deal. I'm just spitballing here. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm not in the White House. I'm San Diego, California, but he said, yeah, who wants to talk? Peace and love. I think that I just throw up Wakanda. I just threw up. I don't know what that was. Goodbye. I've never seen him do that. But yeah, no, I think that's the deal though. So I'm guessing just from the last 5 days, the big shift that we've seen, I really think at this point, I think that Trump said, hey, you get Zelensky to back out and sign this deal, and then we will let the UN and everybody put a bunch of soldiers in Ukraine to quote-unquote protect the materials. I think that's going to be it. So then that way, yeah, you'll get the new elections in Ukraine and all that, but then they're saying that if France and some of the EU people start pressuring Ukraine to take the deal, like they're all scared about European security, right? So now I think that's what Trump is going to pitch. He's going to be like, hey, we'll let the NATO flood soldiers wherever you guys want, but just end this end the war. That's it. Just get them to back out, and then that way Putin has to worry about that. We kind of get something, everybody ends, and I don't know, it might work. work. I think that's a very point is, I'm just giving you my theories, but in real time. But it is, it just seems like a big difference. I think that's objectively from the last week. We went from peace talks, and then Macron and Zelensky were like, no, we're not going to do it. And then now Macron he seemed pretty favorable. He just dapped up. Did you see that little hug thing? That was a really homey handshake, and they were just all ripping Trump last week. Do you think that would affect the stock market? It would just be a positive tailwind, if anything. I think it would be good. I don't know if Putin would agree to that. So I don't know if Putin would be down with that deal, though, because that's a deal that starts to push back now. Again, I don't think Putin wants Ukraine in NATO. I don't think that'll happen. But now, literally, you're just going to have an armed front on every side of the Russian border. If what they're saying, what they were just talking about, if UN deploys peacekeepers and then America and France and everybody works on that, essentially you would just have armed guards or an armed defense at every single area of the border. So I don't know if Putin will take it, but I think it's a good deal. I like it. I think I would like the war to just end, but I think if Europe is happy with that, maybe that is the answer, because Europe didn't like the other stuff. I mean, Zelensky didn't like it, but again, if you could get France on board with that, UK, Italy will already support. I mean, that's it. You get Germany and everyone else. It might work. He's not going to do NATO, but I don't know if he wants literally armed peacekeepers flooding every area, both Ukraine and outside of it. And then Pfizer did run up, chilled out. We only got 25 minutes, though, but yeah. Not bad, man. Not bad. We might get it down. I think we are, though. There's still enough time for the SPY to go green, so maybe only the NASDAQ. That'll be a little bit better, but at the end of the day, I mean, this will be a down Friday, down Monday. That means coming into the weekend, people didn't feel good holding, and then even after the weekend, all the headlines, they were like, nah, I still don't want to hold. Bonds holding up. Again, a lot of data has been bad even today. It was very small. It wasn't supposed to be big data, but it did come down, the Dallas manufacturing. So far, it's weird because even on Friday, they were trying to say that the bad data means that growth is slowing down. So, like I said, I don't think people would go full recession off of last Friday's data, but people are feeding the narratives, my friends. Well, Chad, happy Monday. Could have been an exciting one, but then after 2 hours is good, though. That would have been ugly. You would have dropped another 100 points. But now you could save it for tomorrow in NVIDIA. So tomorrow, just going to be a normal day. You'll get a little bit more data. And then Wednesday, NVIDIA. Wednesday after the bell. So technically, you're still going to go through 2 days. Oh, and here's this. So for all of you guys from Philo, this is a good detailed message. So shout out to Turbo. He messaged YouTube about this, and this is what they said. They said, "Hi, Turbo. I hope all is well. This is Cham stepping on behalf of the team. Thank you for reaching out and sharing your experience with us. I truly appreciate your patience and understanding as we work through this. I completely understanding how frustrating it is to encounter issues while trying to play members-only videos on your YouTube application. It's clear how much you value your YouTube Premium subscription and the content you enjoy. I want to assure you that your concern is important to us. Let's take a moment to shed light on what might be on why this might be happening. 1. Live stream functionality. Background playback is primarily designed for on-demand videos rather than live content. Since live streams are real-time events, the background play isn't typically supported for them, even for members. Number 2, technical limitations. Live streams are handled differently from regular uploads due to the constant flow of data and real-time interaction. This makes implementing background play more complex, in some cases not feasible. 3, member-only content. Even if background play was available for regular live streams, member-only live streams often come with additional restrictions. They are in place to protect the creator's content and value of the membership. Background playback could potentially be seen as a way to share the live stream, which may not align with the creator's intention. I know this might not be the answer you were looking for, and I truly empathize with how inconvenienced this could feel. Your dedication to supporting creators through memberships and commitment to using YouTube Premium are truly commendable, and I want to thank you for being such a valued part of our community. In the meantime, we advise that you send feedback to our internal team here. When you send feedback directly to YouTube on your mobile device, you could choose to include important details. These details help diagnose issues, such as app version and system data. If you have any questions or further assistance with anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you again for understanding. I know technical limitations can be frustrating, but I truly appreciate your patience and willingness to work with us. Wishing you all the best, and I hope you to continue to enjoy the content you love on YouTube. Warm regards, Cham. So that is the answer for the members only playing on the background. See, it's just been a back and forth like this for what, a month now? It's truly commendable. They were hyping you up. SFM, this thing's getting some volume. Hi. Yeah, the TLT, even TLT premiums are holding. Spy coming down. Couple names. Ryder on the low. Lay's? I mean, isn't Lay's owned by Pepsi? Well, NVIDIA earnings isn't today. I don't think I'm going to play it. I kind of wanted to play Dell as a sympathy, but then I have other big tech plays that should benefit off of it, but we'll find out. I think it's going to be a big earnings, though. Somebody asked me that earlier, and this is the first earnings since DeepSeek, first one of the year. This is a very, very big one, man. So, in a weird way, it's like, if they come through knocking heads and it's a good earnings, everyone's going to get hyped. If they come out scared, like we talked about, the DeepSeek was the first time anything related to AI, chilled out. So, that could be even crazier. And then if it's just totally neutral, then we're right back to handling the range with nothing. 10% for the long term, 10% of gains. What do I mean? It's the easiest philosophy in the world. Anytime you touch $1, you pay yourself 10 cents of it. That's all. It's 10% of gross. A tenth of what you earn is yours to keep. That's it. Is Twitch going to stay subs only forever? Probably. So, if that is I don't know, man. Unfortunately. We'll see how things go, but I'd rather under-promise and over-deliver, but yeah. Background play works. I mean, some people figured it out, some haven't. You swipe down on the play button after you lock the screen or something, but yeah, it's still 50-50. Oh, baby, 50-50. And then you're back to the low. That sucks. It looked like we were going to do a lot better, but sure enough, I mean, you're there. Someone was asking about the VIX. Again, the VIX ran up in the morning, so you could kind of play the VIX like bonds if you still want it, but today was definitely a lot calmer, but it's not a good sign because you are getting literally, you got a little bit more volatility now. That's it. After all of the days of doing nothing, kind of chilling, the last 2 days, that was, again, down Friday, down Monday, and then 3 big days, 100 points. Not good. Lenders in Minnesota, I don't know, I think. Should have one. I know I got an agent in Minnesota. But yeah, you can shoot an email, tradingfraternity@gmail.com. I could forward it. I'll just attach it to you. I can forward it to a lender, but I don't know. I don't have one off the top of my head. I have an agent in Minnesota. He should have one, though. Minnesota. It's fun to say. Michigan good. Yeah. It's cheap. There's some places that still haven't really gone up, but there is a lot of affordable housing there. A lot of people have moved there. I mean, if the auto industry could do a lot better too, there'll be some opportunities in Detroit. But yeah, and then what's the other one? Walgreens, DG, Dollar Tree, Walmart Tree. So they went Procter Gamble. Oh, they came down. J&J, Kimberly-Clark was on fire. They came down too. So a lot of the value names dropped, actually. That is a weird composition. So you had a lot of flip-flop. Let's see where we're at. So even to close the day, we got 15 minutes left. 19 names green on the Dow, 11 in the red. 50 green on the NASDAQ, 50 red. And then SPY, 309 green, 194 in the red. So more names flipped green, but then a lot of the names that were up 3% and whatnot, they came down. Yeah, there was more Sycamore news on Walgreens. I'm surprised. We were a little late to it. It started moving up, but I don't know the details of it. I don't know what the buyout is. So the latest headline on Walgreens, they said that take private financing rumors from Sycamore. And they're saying that banks were trying to find a $10 billion package to back Sycamore Partners for a potential buyout. But it's $10 billion, and the market cap right now is $10 billion. So I don't know how much meat that leaves on the table. And then, again, Sycamore Partners was brought up with other names as well the other day. SPY coming down. Baba, it's coming back down. It's below 130. That was fun while it lasted. Okay, where's Banks? Remember, they were leading this morning. They held up good still. Not all of them, though. I think JP Morgan and a few others are red. Dye and Durham to receive $20 Canadian a share from Plantro. I don't know what that is. Dye and Durham shares jumped 35%. Who's Dye and Durham? Oh, shit. This. DYNDF. There's an ADR. 20 Canadian a share. Isn't that what, 1 USD? No. It's hella liquid. I mean, the Canadian shares, I believe, are being purchased. But, yeah. Robinhood meme coin. So listen, Michael, if that's not an official meme coin and you are just pumping that shit, I'm going to ban you. Okay? Because that's all you have added here today. So if this is just a rug pull and it is not an official meme coin, I will be very disappointed in you. A verified scammer made that coin, so it's okay. Well, there you have it. Shit's down 99 on a week. Okay. Well, that's all he's added to the chat today. So, thank you, Michael. Appreciate your service. Don't ask me about any other coins. Okay? Just go think about that on your own. I retired. I didn't want to tell you guys, but yeah, I'm already over my Solana phase. I don't own any more Solana. I got over it. I have Trump coin still in my free Melania, but everything else, I don't even care. I gave up on it. I went back to real estate. Yeah, it's a piece of shit. I still have my Trump coin. I hold that. I trust Trump coin more than Solana, even though it's built on Solana. But it's good. You pumped them? I didn't pump them. I gave you guys all an opportunity to make millions of dollars. And then, goodbye, JJ. I don't want to talk to you ever again. Thank you. Next. Anybody else with a little bit of side-eye for giving you info before everybody in the world? No? Okay. You let me know. You let me know. You're sorry, you're not sorry. I just banned you for your fake comments. I don't like fake nice either. You gotta just keep it real, man. Just keep it real. Next. Anybody else? We only have 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. We're getting there. JJ, no. You're gone too. Too much screaming. Next. Okay. That was 3. 3 in 2 minutes. You could do a little bit more. Otherwise, get ready to wrap it up. And get ready. This is how NVIDIA earnings is going to feel. What you just witnessed will be the NVIDIA option chain in 48 hours. Don't let the haters get to me. No one's getting to me. You're banned too for making it seem like somebody's getting to me. You see that? Because that's it. Just y'all stay in your lane. Whoop. I'm having too much fun now. So that's it. Next. Get right. The option chain is going to be wild, man. They're ubiquitous. I like that. It's good. See? Now we're talking. Triple kill. Nice. JP Morgan, Chief Product Officer, calls for more hustle from workers amid uncertainty over uncertainty over return to office. Tells staff to be more scrappy and solve more problems. Look at, even they're doing quantitative tightening at the banks. My goodness. Withdraw to put a down payment. Yeah, they should give you a, what's it called? They should give you like a backup and then 10-minute rig leading lower. I think we're going to get it down Friday, down Monday. But yeah, as long as you're not getting like taxed on the down payment thing, they should allow you to. I'm totally cool with that. But again, just don't overpay for the house. That's really the kicker here. I like property. I like using your long-term for it, but like I said earlier, I'm not trying to rush into it. So just make sure you're actually getting a good deal, and then you'll be good to go. Zoom is today for earnings. Big Commerce on the high. I don't know. OG? No? Okay. Yeah, SPY's coming down, man. I think it's down Friday, down Monday. I think we had one maybe a couple weeks ago, or I think in August. It was the last time we were getting some down Friday, down Mondays. Sister to start one. Nice. For her daughter's ale. That's even better. She got time, baby. That's what's up. Good uncle right there. So I'm talking about. Yeah, TLT, it's good, though. At least it held up. That's going to kind of do its own thing. But, again, generally, this was like a lighter version of yesterday. Even then, what's down right now is different than what was down in the morning. You have less rotation, but some of that still existed. Otherwise, again, getting ahead of NVIDIA, a little bit of trade uncertainty, but generally, I just think now we need to kind of like stabilize in the range. This has allowed the gap to close between bonds and stocks. But other than that, even coming back down Friday, down Monday, a little bit more uncertainty to this week. Even then, if we close into the low, that is just going to solidify just more, like literally more volatility, uncertainty from now to Friday. Oh, yeah. Where did those go? March 7th. All right, low ticker back up. Bro, you're going straight down right now. So some of the premiums even jacked up here at close. I was looking at a couple. So even from when we started to slip, yeah, they went up like 100%. So you do got a little bit of value there, but now that's a lot of velocity. So again, 10-minute rig sent you right back down. You're going to close into the lows. This isn't good. So you bought enough time to not panic intraday, but once again, I mean, you are whatever we get driven off of in the morning tomorrow, you might have a little bit more uncertainty coming into NVIDIA. I mean, people get scared, but remember, I don't think anything has happened. So we've done this several times already. You know, we had big sell-offs, and then all of a sudden you're rocketing up, big sell-off, rocketing up. So, like, just be prepared for a wide range. That's all I could tell you. I don't think anything decisive has happened until growth, inflation, or anything else changes on there. Otherwise, you know, even on the year, you have maybe a 10% range to start. Oh, low ticker, hold on. Starting to pick up a little bit more again. Final 5, you're literally 1-2 points above. You're like 1 point above the low of the day right now. Could be a final 5 flush. It was looking like it wanted to chill there, but I just saw the low ticker just flash. Again, a couple of names are up. You got some closing out, or if it's like a value play. Again, energy, Google is dumping now. So Google held all day. Google just taking straight reds right now. Microsoft, Meta, again, all of the big tech, yeah. Final 5 just got smashed. Even, I think Amazon, Google held up all day. So that means it did nothing, held green, and then somebody just dropped everything right there. Very interesting. So, yeah, big tech there. That's adding to it. And like I told you, the names that are down right now are not the same in the morning. So, like, you don't even have as much rotation. That's an ugly close. Well, the VIX isn't even up that much. That's the weird part. That's what I'm saying, man. This all is aggressive. I can't deny the last 3 days, even today. This is going to be an ugly close, but it's not like this is still mad effing elevated. does that mean? And then again, just remember, at one point this year, we were 20 points lower. Would you believe me if I told you a month ago you were 20 points lower? So unfortunately, we could come back down, and this will still be a high point, but like we are just still in the same range, unfortunately. It doesn't feel like it. That's what I'm saying. You just kind of picked up, but unfortunately, you're still in a very large range. But that's what I'm saying. It could slowly clap the shit out of everybody. Pay attention, but you know, I'm kind of looking for the more broader, like something really different happen. But look at the chips right now. SOX on the high. So those are flushing into the close. A lot of big tech. Again, final 5 was pretty ugly. And then we'll see where that goes. But we got to wrap it up. We only have 2 minutes. I'm going to let you guys, you know, right now we had to do job cuts, so I don't think we could land the plane. We don't have enough people working to land, so hopefully it doesn't crash. But if it does, we'll blame Donald Trump as if he was the pilot on all these planes. But I love you. If you don't like loud noises, I'm going to scream here very soon. And that's it, man. Just get ready. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Sorry, I just wanted to test it. I just didn't. Yeah, be careful. I think they did send the government email. Some of you said you got it. All right, you're near the low of the day. Final 5, not too much time remaining. You better wrap it up. Any suggestions on learning options? You don't know where to focus? Why? How do you know my name if you don't know any of it? How did you find me? That doesn't make... Well, go look in the description. There's a video called How to Find 1000% Options. That'll help you out, brother. But, Chad, that's it, man. This is a hideous close. It sucks. I still have SPY puts from Friday, but they did not go up as much. And even those VIX, remember we were talking about the VIX? They did not do that good. But you got to bring it in. Not much time. I don't know if it's margin selling. I think it's a mix of, again, seasonality, demand, the data, people being dramatic. We have under-positioning, over-positioning. Somebody is lying about it, and then we moved up for no reason, like aggressively. I think we're coming down for no reason. And now you only have 1 minute! Go, 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 go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shares, options, futures. You better wrap it up. Very ugly day today. It was deceptive. They let you calm down for a little, but the close is awful. You're triggering a down Friday, down Monday, except for the Dow. Couple more earnings, the big earnings on Wednesday. You had a little bit more from Trump and overseas. We have less than 5 seconds, man. 4, 3, 2, 1. I love you. God bless America. Ding 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 ding. Oh no, let's go. Oh, Chatadonia. We did it. We made it, bro. Brutal close. Brutality, bro. Make you think over the next day. But I need a GG in the chat, baby. Let's go. We did it. We made it. You made it to the end, baby. It don't matter if you made money or lost money. I know you learned something. Everybody that contributed brought something to the table. Plays, news, vibes, personalities, info. Way to hold it down, baby. Thank you for not getting banned. Clearly, I will ban you for no damn reason. If you don't follow the rules or you got any sort of side-eye bitch ass in you, I'm gonna get you. That's it. So that means you didn't come close to it. All you did was come close to contributing. You got nowhere near the targets of Yash. Good game, baby. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. You should smile for not getting banned. Oh, I love you. Thank you. I see you too, Twix. Way to hold it down. That's it, bro. Y'all brought something to the table. You didn't have to donate. I would have showed you love, man, for real. I would have been here. You could have still listened. Don't play with me, man. Thank you. I love you. The real one. God bless America. Thank you to the vets, baby. I need me to rap. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me, let's talk. Ooh. Wow. No. Why are they playing this? This is so many albums. What album is it? I like it. I like it. It sounds better on Spotify. But Chad, that's it. I love you.
It's a call, baby.
Bless your heart, man.
Hey.
Bless your heart.
Yo. Ask me if I'm holding stocks. Please don't be ridiculous.
Listen, bro. Can everybody say thank you to the vets? Can you guys go thank a vet in real life? Can everybody make a tweet about how it only costs $6 billion to give homeless veterans housing? Because that's it, bro. It's a great day. Thank you for all of your thank yous. But again, without the freedom that we have here today, I would be raising goats in Egypt, okay? I want to be here with you. And if we didn't have people fighting for our freedom, both in the military and not, then that's it. We wouldn't have this stream. So without all of, I'm just saying, thank you to the veterans, baby. God bless you all, bro, for real. Y'all better show that. Y'all better bring it to real life. So thank you to the vets. Amen, baby. Amen. But on that note, hit them with it. I think that's a day. You'll have a couple earnings. It's Monday. Monday earnings is insane, bro. That's like a real addiction.
It's a call, baby.
So I'll let you be. But thank you for your time.
Yeah. Ask me if I'm holding stocks. Please don't be ridiculous. I was holding shit and buying dips. You were a little kid. All I want is ownership, but I still put a limit in. No matter if you young, you could always use a dividend. Know you want the money. I suggest you do not rush with it. Deals aren't plans. Make sure you don't fall in love with it. You ain't never saved. By the second month you double it. Trading foreign currencies. I don't need a dumb on it. I don't need a translator. Nod my head and run with it. Mama always said never marry but have fun with it. Mama said that's wrong, but deep down I always fuck with it. If you don't like my plan, do your thing. I wish you luck with it. Why they call me fan, but I don't see them at the holidays. Say that you're a man, but on the internet you talking gay. Go ahead, you could cancel me, but don't act like you ever paid. You look dumb as fuck if only one of us is playing charades. Stop asking what I mean, bitch. That wasn't a parable. Just because they copy me don't mean that we're comparable. You support the phony, that just means your judgment terrible. An iPhone in your hands, you're a narc, that's a wearable. Didn't buy the stock, it was down, right in front of you. Didn't say I lost, my account looked like a W. You don't got the long term, it's hard for me to fuck with you. If you can't pay yourself, then I wouldn't put my trust in you. Fuck it, dude. Hold my dick, I won't hold my tongue. Remember they were talking shit about Amazon when I was young. Oh wait, they did the same, it was Meta right in front of them. Think they'd have a little bit of shame from always looking dumb. Nah, they on a diet and it's humble pie. It's 2025, you could kick it, you ain't gotta lie. Made $1 million buying value, I don't buy the hype. My girl is really classy, all you ratchet bitches not my type. Why? They don't buy it till it reached the high. You picked the right thing, but you also picked an awful time. You would be surprised how making money make you fall behind. Maybe I offended, but that doesn't mean I told a lie. Wow, you really like it when they lie to you, ignoring all the things you hear, denying what the eye produce. Helpful isn't friendly if they helping you to tie the noose. You teach them how to steal your money every time you live and lose. Damn, I won't lie, my mama taught me that. Whoever sold you all those courses, you should probably take it back. It's all a bunch of bullshit, you would learn more if they told you that. I know you know the truth, so you still got time to go to that.
That's it, man. Chatadonia. Dude, I don't want... Dude, you know how tempted I am to like... Oh, there's hymns. I think they have their earnings. I saw a couple. UCTT, Faro, CLNE, Chegg. That's the one. And then T-Rex. Oh, hymns. So I don't know where it stacks up on the earnings. Let's see. Where can you find that? Uncle T. It'll be easy for you to find. It's Uncle Answers. So your Uncle T, just go on Spotify and put Uncle Answers. And then you will be there. So revenue was expected to be $469. What did they do? They see first quarter revenue $520 to $540. That's well above expectation. They were expecting $497. So that's a beat on next quarter. Adjusted EBITDA $54.1 million. They came in line exactly. They see first quarter adjusted EBITDA $55 million to $66. So they lowered the bottom end and raised the top end. Full year adjusted guidance EBITDA $270 to $300. I don't know where the full year is. And then gross margin was 77. They missed. Full year revenue $2.3 to $4.3. I don't know where that stacks up. EPS 11 cents. Estimate was in line, and then they did 481.1. So they beat. I don't think they were that bad, bro. Honestly, I don't. It's selling off, but it wasn't that bad. So again, I don't like hymns, but that wasn't a bad earnings. It seemed like they were in line, barely missed on a couple, guided up a higher EBITDA. Wall Street should love that. And then yeah, that's it. I don't think it was that bad. It's down a little bit, maybe because it's already ran up so much. But yeah, it wasn't like a miss. They had slight misses, and then I don't know where the full year guide is, but the EBITDA guide was a little lower on the bottom end, but then higher. Revenue was higher for next quarter, and then that's it. Realty, I don't think they had earnings, did they? And then Tem, you got those puts, baby. Did you see it on the wire? Because it's easier. I could pull up the preview on my others. If it shows up on the wire, it's very easy to compare it to. Otherwise, I got to click around. Zoom came out. I just saw that. Yeah, I don't have a Tem preview. I have the report, actually. So they came in loss of 18 cents versus loss of 16. Revenue 200.7 versus estimate of 200. Some analysts were at 203, so miss. Adjusted EBITDA loss of 7.8 million. Estimate was loss of 5.3. So they lost. They missed. Full year guidance revenue 1.24 billion. Estimate was 898. So they guided up. And then adjusted EBITDA 5 million guidance. Estimate was loss of 16 million. But then some analysts were as high as 50 million. So they missed. Had a decent guide, but then the range is really, really wide with some of the other analysts. Hims flushing. Hims wasn't that bad. You might be able to buy the dip on it. It was pricing in a lot, but like I'm saying, I think the bar was high, but that wasn't a bad report. They missed barely, but the guidance for next quarter seemed solid, especially if I'm telling you, this company could be very vulnerable at another time. So they have good guidance. That's a good thing. So we will see. Oh, yeah, realty income did come out. There's O right there. So net revenue 199.6 estimate. Where is it? Oh no, I don't have the preview. All right, I'll wait till the easy numbers come out. Well, they adjusted their full year range. Income. Riot. Tem is like an infrastructure play. Jack in a Box came out. Pinterest? Am I tripping? No, I was just an officer. INVDS. Who was the other one? There was one more that came out. I'm blanking. Zoom. Yeah, that's the one. I haven't even looked at the stock. They're down 6. So Zoom was 141 EPS. Estimate was 130. So they beat. Revenue 1.18 billion. Estimate was 1.18 billion. Operating income 468. Estimate was 447. So they beat. Repurchased 4 million shares. Guidance 129 to 131. Estimate was 131. So lower on the lower end. Otherwise in line. Revenue 1.162 to 167. Estimate was 1.17. So miss slightly. Operating income expectation 440 to 445. Estimate was 452. So that's lower. Full year guide on the year 535 to 537. Estimate was 536. In line. Revenue 478 to 479. Estimate was 48. Miss. Operating income 18 to 186. Estimate was 184. Beat. And then free cash flow 16 to 17. Estimate was 17. And then they have increasing overlap. And yeah, I think just very neutral or slight miss. That's for Zoom. Alrighty. I think that might be it. This is the day that the long term pays. That the long term pays. Sorry. Let's give you one more. Is there a quick one? Let's get a quick one. I don't know. I like this one, though. I like the flutes. Hit him with the Yeah, bro. Ever killed it. So they did 147 versus 133. Literally 10% higher than the highest estimate. Adjusted EBITDA 18.9 versus 15.3. Again, another 10, 20% higher than the highest estimate. Revenue guidance next quarter, 155 to 160. Estimate was 130, 20% higher than the highest estimate. Adjusted EBITDA, 19 to 21 million. Estimate was 12, almost double the highest estimate. And then variable marketing dollars, 44 to 46 million, 46% year-over-year growth. So they killed it. If you saw, I just kept seeing this one. I'm like, what is this, man? But Chatadonia, it's time to hit them reps, baby. Time to hit them reps. So I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you survived and you had an opportunity of the eternity and present all matching up today. I hope you do something. I hope you do something right now, man. You know what I'm saying? But Chad, that's all that we have. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time, especially if you made the most of it. Go read the books, Richest Man in Babylon, Proverbs New Living Translation, and The Strangest Secret in the World. And don't forget why we're here, why we keep going, why that faith, hope, and love ain't ever going out of style, and why you cannot delay. Don't put anything into the future that you could do today. Always a bad habit, baby. Get ready. Truly be prepared for disappointment. Oh, no stupid confidence and no being worried about fear, my friends. Why, baby? Why? Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. So, Chad, Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you tonight on the watch list. God willing, tomorrow morning. You have a good one and save 10%, okay? No excuse. Stop. You could do it now. Pay yourself first. That's it, baby. That's all. I love you, and goodbye. Hey, you pay yourself in Neapolitan. That's what I did. Yeah, it has 3 flavors. Why I shave one time, you can shave 3. I shave strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. Yeah, come on. Why don't we start the war in Pakistan? Or end the war in Ukraine, I went, where? Is there a war in Pakistan? We'll make Pakistan a 51st state. Huh? Who's with me? No. All I'm saying is stop Elon from stealing he stole your social media number. Don't let him steal it. Okay, bye. I don't know about that. Elon, he's my friend, special friend. I told him. I gave him a job. He said that a lot of people don't work. I said, what do you mean they don't work? He said they don't work. Literally, they don't go to work at all. I said, do this. I said, email them. Can you email them? Send them an email. If they don't respond, you fire them. That's what I always used to do. I know deals. I know business. That's what I do. If they can't respond to an email, you should fire them. Everybody knows this. Anyways, we have a lot more work to do. Tell Macron, big ups, homie. I can't wait. I'm going to have a croissant today. Thank you. And you have a good one. Goodbye. Exactly. Is it croissant or croissant? It seems a little pretentious to me. Why don't you just call it a muffin? That's exactly what it is it not? It seems like the French went to an awful extreme to call a muffin very, very pretentiously. All it is a muffin. How come a croissant? It sounds like Versace. It sounds like designer bread. Is that what we're doing now? Is that it? And then we'll blame Donald Trump with inflation and tariffs because I can't buy my $20 avocado toast and my designer bread from the Starbucks. Exactly. I reclaim my time. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.